we probably should hit the number and actually start going.
So we're starting?
So I have hit the go button. We're buffering. It doesn't look like we're going yet, but we probably are. And I'm still waiting. It says live 9. Are we not seeing... I'm worried. There we are. Now I'm seeing it on the screen. I don't know how much of that came through to begin with, but hi! It appears that we are live with a train in the background. So, train! Hello, welcome to the new year. It's here. I hope it lives up to the hype. I really hope it lives up to the hype.
Hey, we already started off with a train.
We already started off with a train. That's definitely true. I saw a great political comic with 2021 as an athlete vaulting over the high bar set by 2020, which is about 6 inches off the ground. It's like, the bar's not very high.
You know, to tell you the honest truth, thinking back where I was last year when we very first started, I think that I've already, that bar was pretty darn low, so we've already exceeded it. So.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, by the way, hello! Hi!
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! Welcome to, Odin Makes live stream. For anybody who may not know, hi, I'm Odin, and you're on my channel called Odin Makes, and every Monday from noon until 2 o'clock California time, which is my time, we talk to phones. No, Felicia and myself have been doing a live stream, and I will continue to do live streams, but there will come a point in time in the future when Felicia's got something else to do on a Monday. But until then, thank you very much for hanging out.
No worries. Thank you. Sorry.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, I was distracted because I didn't put my phone on silent.
It's all right.
We are live.
We are live with phones making noises.
And trains.
And trains. So what we've been doing for the past few months is working on, I'll laugh at that and I shouldn't, we've been working on the Witcher cosplay. What we've got going on is a set of Witcher armor that is the vanilla armor set you start with in the Witcher 3 video game.
I should probably get it out since it's over there.
We can, yeah. And we've been progressing through this, and everything that we've done to do this cosplay, which is a fairly elaborate cosplay, it's not like, well, we're just making one piece of it, but still, it has a lot of components. We're not just making a spear. We're not just making, a sword. It's chainmail. It's layered actual hard armor. There's leather armor. There's pauldrons. There's crisscross braces. All these pieces, and we've been making all of this live on the live streams, which means we're putting about 2 hours worth of work into it every week. And so to look back and think, oh, it's taken so long. No, it really hasn't. Do the math. We've barely put 40 hours into this thing. It's really, and then you add on to that, the best part about doing live streams, which is talking to all of you. I can see comments are happening. I will get to those in just a second. The interaction with you is the best part about live streams and why I'm going to keep doing it. And Felicia's got a giant Godzilla in her way. You can't, so I'm distracted. But anyway, because there's the element of talking back and forth and the thought of, I have to be a host, that kind of slows things down too. I've heard about it before that you build something for a camera, it takes longer to do than just building it to build it. And I know from experience that's true. Well, we add in the element of doing it live and talking to people, that makes it stretch out a little further. So all this to say, we had set a goal where, we'll be done with The Witcher by the end of the year. It's the new year. The pile of parts hasn't changed much in December. But I'm really not upset. I hope you're not upset because I'm having a lot of fun doing this and I want to keep doing this. And I want to say thank you to all of you who've shown up again today to continue to do this with us.
Oh, Lord, you have everything buried.
Yeah, I do. I'm sorry.
Hey. Well, we really do this live because we genuinely do not think about this.
No. I think
for the whole rest of the week?
Yep, nope, not at all. Not even a little bit. Once this is done, it's boxed up, set aside, and I really don't think about it at all because I've got whatever crazy project I'm trying to do for the week.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure you have a life outside of these 2 hours.
I do.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that. So you actually take care of your life outside of these 2, and you don't think about it, which is good. Which is good because that means you get to see all of it. We, as a quick recap, I think we spent 4 weeks, trying to get rivets that would work.
Look it. We have grommets.
We have grommets. I said rivets.
I know, we haven't started the rivets.
We haven't even started rivets yet. We with grommets.
But we got them all on both sides and they're all the right color. So I feel like that's achievement.
That is achievement.
So that's done. We have
We have the pauldrons.
We have the pauldrons.
So these are the upper arm pauldrons.
The upper arms, these are the shoulders, and those are the upper arms.
Okay.
These still need to have the rivets. This is what they're missing because they need to be riveted together once they're Velcroed to the shoulders. But we couldn't do that till we got the shoulders done so that we could get those placed so then we could...
Right.
Anyways.
It's a whole thing. Right. You don't want to build the roof and then build the house underneath it type of a thing.
Meanwhile, we still have a girdle going.
So a girdle going. Captain Kirk would be proud.
Yes, but have the girdle going, and we have front chainmail done, and the chainmail you tried to do off camera
disappeared.
It's a sign you're not allowed to work off camera.
Yeah, it is definitely a sign allowed to work. No,
and
it's not like I wasted those 2 hours. I conveniently go along with the Captain Kirk joke. I watched Star Trek while I was doing it, so it's all good. But
right?
I don't know. I don't know where that piece went.
That's okay. I found out that you were holding out on the secret stuff.
Yep. So the secret stuff we're not allowed to talk about, and we're not talking about it again today. Ben Eady with Foam Armory had generously supplied us with the foam chainmail that we are using to make this project. And this product was the is impetus the right word? Was the genesis of doing this project. It's like, we want to build something. We don't quite have enough to do a full chainmail shirt, or whatever the proper term is. Oh, but we can do The Witcher because there's only parts that are chainmail and the rest is leather. So thank you, Ben Eady. I really, really appreciate your generosity. And then additional generosity of sending out more when we didn't quite budget our pieces right and ruined too much to experimentation. She wasn't the only one. And then he sent us some super secret prototype stuff that is really freaking awesome. And Ben, if this happens, get back to you. We love the super secret prototype stuff, and yeah, that stuff is a hardcore go.
That stuff would totally work for making a complete chainmail shirt.
Yeah, because it's basically a slightly denser foam, and
I think it could take the abuse of movement and bending.
Yeah, I think it would actually, right. Would you build a full length piece, it's going to survive being used.
And
not
maybe
the other stuff
even thrown something over the top of it. I don't think it would survive metal. You
No,
know, I don't think you could put a metal clamshell and think if you get caught, you'd be survived.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
It's still foam. But
it's still foam.
I think it would survive like movement, use, and wear and tear of partying.
So, if you had a full chainmail, shoulders to waist, shirt, jerkin, whatever it's called, and then you put a clamshell over that, you now have this quilted layer of foam with little pockets of air. Warm, possibly
Yes, so make sure you have cotton as your lining undergarment, because that will help things breathe, because at least there are holes and it will breathe. And cotton wicks moisture away from you.
Okay.
Textiles.
She had mentioned this with my Godzilla suit that I'm building, because it's going to be a full EVA suit. We're talking about it because it's right over here off camera.
Staring at us. It's kind of ginormous.
It's kind of ginormous. Godzilla is the video for this week. He's not going to be finished, but I've been trying to get the chest done. I say trying because I took some time off. It was the New Year.
Happy
dang it!
holidays.
I actually wanted to spend time with my family. So I'm behind. Typically on a Monday, my wife is upstairs editing. I don't have a script for her yet, so that's all getting crunched tomorrow. But that's okay. So she was telling me that even with the Godzilla suit, to maybe even look at using thermal underwear, which I would never have considered because that's something you wear to stay warm, as a waffle pattern fabric for helping to have airflow and movement. You
have to think about what you're going to wear under, like inside your garment, because you can just run around in choties, and I don't judge you for that. But if you don't want the plastics on your skin, the foams and the stuff like that, your body naturally needs to breathe. Your skin needs air.
Oh, yeah.
Who would have thought?
Well, that's the whole plot point of Goldfinger.
Yeah, right? So you like a cotton lining, something comfortable, long sleeve t-shirt and leggings, because you don't want pants with the crotch too low, especially with the Mega Godzilla with the tail and all that other function. Right. So I was thinking leggings. Target has great athletic leggings that are great with wicking away moisture, so I wouldn't put those out of the question. But easy peasy would just be thermal underwear, because they're cotton, they're the right shape, they're the right size. You could get them in the color you need, and if not, you could dye them. Anyways.
Okay.
I have my reasons.
And your experience, having worked in a costume shop for years and supplied the Easter Bunny to a number of people over a number of years,
Easter Bunny, Santa Clauses.
All these big, heavy, thick, hot costumes.
Yes, and if you're wearing a fursuit or, you know.
Right.
Your body's going to naturally sweat. Cotton and wool, not wool, don't do wool, not unless it's cold. But cotton is your best friend. It'll keep you cooler than anything else.
Yeah, I pretty much almost exclusively get cotton shirts or, at least a high cotton content.
Yes.
So yeah, I hear you on that. Something in the brain. Nope, gone. Oh, with the Godzilla suit. So one of the things I had to do is build out the back, right? Because Godzilla's upper body is a bit more egg-shaped. Basically, his neck is huge because it has to fit over the actor's head, right? So the size of, Mechagodzilla, I'm saying Godzilla, it's kind of both. So the size of the Mechagodzilla head has to fit over my head, and now I got to build out the chest and shoulders to fit around Mechagodzilla's head because you want all the parts to kind of fit together. Is that gonna? Yeah, I'm gonna have to pitch up. Maybe you've got a smaller one.
Camera 3. Oh yeah.
Oh, camera 3 could work too, I suppose, but no, he's still a little low.
You got the close-up cam.
Look
at my magic. I can shrink him.
Oh, there you go. So, yeah, all that So basically I had to build out the chest, right? Because the neck has to fit within the chest, and this is not a human neck proportion. And so I had to build all this out. And I was talking about heat. I had to build out the back because the back has to fit with the neck as well. So I still need to put the spines on my costume. But I actually padded out the back by a good 4, maybe 5 inches off of the back from my costume. What I'm thinking about doing is the 4mm wet the foam that the undervest is made out of, drilling a series of holes in the back here and just opening it up because that all vents out into the neck, which is open. And so there's a place for heat to go.
Okay, so if you did rig up a cooling system, you have an escape vent.
Kind of. There's not really enough room inside to circulate air around me, but
it can at
this
least
portion
let it
of my
escape.
back could have a place to let some heat escape.
Okay, yeah, no, I know people don't particularly think about this,
right?
But it's an issue we've run into a lot, especially on, we have like these lovely 100-degree days that we like to pretend that it's winter. And then when it's winter, we love to pretend that it's summer.
Right.
And you have to have these tricks to make it look like people are comfortable. So, yeah, I've done ice vests inside of outfits when we were filming.
I was looking at...
Just wondering, can we have some reprieve in between?
So the ice vest, is that the one that has like tubes and a pump? Or is it just ice packs?
So remember, I used to use it sometimes as like a SWAT vest because it looks tactical.
Yeah, right.
But it just has these things that Velcro in it that you throw in the freezer and then you can remove and put back in. They're just literally an ice.
Just literally ice vest. Okay.
Yeah, it's ice that you can pack. Anyways.
Joe and I were both looking at a cooling vest that had a series of tubes sewn into the vest that had a battery-operated pump that would run through an ice reservoir.
So a personal refrigerator?
Yeah, it was made actually for racing.
Yeah.
And to wear underneath your fireproof suit and everything else for racing, because of all the safety gear involved with that.
Makes more sense than ice, because ice then you're having direct contact, and you can do hypothermia and other stupid complications.
Also, it'll last longer.
Yeah, and when you melt, it's like this lovely puddle of gross. There's like all these complications we don't talk about, but it's hot.
It's hot. So I was looking at that, but Black Friday came and went, and none of the cooling vests went on special, so he and I didn't buy any. Could still happen, but because when's con season going to open up? Summer. When's Mechagodzilla going to be done so I can wear it out in public? Summer. See a theme here?
Oh yeah, no, it's
cons
the way
don't happen
it works
at night.
Out. It's always the way it works out. Okay, so we probably should get going on this, except for I didn't find the chainmail that we'd been working on.
Did we lose it again? I swear I didn't lose it again.
I had to go try and get past Mechagodzilla, and he's not liking me.
Oh, right, he's totally in the way. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's see. Hey, so the very first comment that popped up was from Dan Does Junk. Hey, Dan! Happy New Year to you, too. Oh, Bo McLaughlin says, to be honest, I've never noticed the trains while watching these. Well, maybe this microphone doesn't pick them up as much. The mic I typically wear when I do my videos is a Sennheiser lavalier mic. It's a broadcast microphone. And it picks up those extra mechanical noises very easily. So I can hear it in edit. And I know on occasion I've heard it on the finished project. I usually boost the audio so you can hear it. Good to know that you've never heard the trains during the live streams. Thank you for that. Oh, speaking of which, I probably should turn my, we're live light on.
Oh yeah, people pay attention to that.
Oh, and hey, and Dan Does Junk is also being very nice to let us know that we're not noon to 2. Usually at 2 p.m. our time, that's when I start doing the final farewells, not even the final farewells, and we'll actually run 15 to 20 minutes over. That's pretty normal,
2-ish.
Nicole, oh boy, here we go, trains! Okay, so Nicole, did you hear the train? Maybe it's just a difference in quality of speakers and headphones. By the way, hello Nicole, everybody. Nicole King is one of my patrons, so thank you. I've got a Discord set up for my patrons for me to look at questions directly, for me to answer and talk about live on the air. I haven't opened up my Discord yet today, but I will do that in just a minute.
Yeah, I'm really not seeing it. The chainmail.
Well, you're kidding.
No, I'm not. Like, I don't know where to look in your face.
It's not in the box.
It's not in the box.
Is that the phone talking to us again?
Yeah, sorry.
All right. The phone keeps saying, hey.
It's a new phone and I don't know what I'm doing it.
That's cool.
But it says, hey. And it goes ring ring when it's ringing.
Suitors, the Gaming Badger wants me to do Sutur's Sword from Thor Ragnarok. Not gonna lie, that's a great idea. Dante Spardia, Dante Spardie the Fourth. Can't stay for long, but I wanted to show my support. Thank you, Dante. I've been watching since the DIY Prop Shop days, and I'm happy to see how it has come so far. Thank you, me too. It's gotten from this periodical every 6 to 8 weeks contract job to this is what I do for a living now. Keep up the good work, and thank you for everything. Thank you, Dante. 501st Bricks is throwing out a massive compliment. Odin is like a better hacksmith. Thank you. Wow. Alrighty. Yeah. Hey, Jerry Rig Props. Hello. Let's see. I'm not seeing. Oh, there it is. He is here. Artman 2019 is here. Excellent. Artman, got your box. Be opening that up in a little bit. And Waynerd, a good friend from a long time ago, yells out his catchphrase, Pico.
Pico.
For all of you out there who don't know, and most of you don't, that's okay. Waynerd was sentenced to 2 years of living with me. Oh. There was a period in time when I was working at Play Incorporated. He needed a place he needed a roommate, I needed a roommate, and that happened. And so that poor guy had to put up with me 24/7.
So is Pico like Pikachu or Pico de Gallo?
Oh, more like Pico de Gallo.
Okay.
It's not like Pikachu. Pico's just little. I'm pretty just.
My little sister, she was watching Pikachu and she was like learning how to speak.
Okay.
And so she thought it was cool that the thing was going Pika, Pika, Pikachu. And so she started saying that everywhere, like talking Pika, Pika, Pikachu. Right. My mom's like, "What's wrong with this kid?" I don't know. She's just kind of like.
She's just emulating TV. Normal kid.
And then she saw Pokemon and she's like, "Oh."
Right.
And so now I think of that, just Pika.
Pika?
Pikachu?
Yeah. No, he's just Pico. It's just
Pico.
Something that Waynerd's always thrown out.
There we go.
Yeah.
Pico.
So.
Anyways.
Why don't you look at some comments and I'll take a moment.
See if you can find
if
the
I can't
chainmail.
find the chainmail, the third set of chainmail.
Because I was almost finished. I caught up last week. And I would hate to lose that progress. I saw that somebody asked on the Discord if you weren't doing... Oh, I might as well just read it the way they said it.
No, it's okay.
Da-da-da-da.
I'm appreciative that my...
If you didn't get into film production, what would your occupation be?
If I hadn't gotten into film production, what would my occupation be? Okay, let me turn...
That's a big question.
That is a big question. Hey, how's it going? I'm going to walk off and not be on camera, and you want me to speak.
That's okay. I just asked that question because I was like,
no, it's. I don't know if I can answer that directly as asked.
Right?
From a super early age, everything was about movies and film productions. You know, I'm 10 and playing with Star Wars figures and imagining credits. I mean, it's all been very video and film and movie oriented all along. All I wanted to do was make rubber monsters.
So if you didn't make it, you probably would be trying.
Right. One of the other things I saw that I thought was really awesome that my dad had did for about a year, he worked for a company called Barango. They were out of San Francisco. They made all the large animatronic Christmas displays in the shopping malls.
Fun.
Not that there's a lot of shopping malls at this point in time, but as a company, that's what they did. And he helped redesign some of the mechanical bears and redesigned the the machine that made the artificial trees. And he upped the needle count by like 100% or something.
So that it was nice and bushy
we had one as
much
artificial
better.
tree for years, and it was. I still think it's one of the best looking artificial trees that I've ever seen. For maybe biased because my dad made it. But,
well, yeah, no, there's that maker's bias,
right?
But we can't ignore it. But at the same time, no, you can appreciate a good craftsmanship when you actually put in the effort.
Totally, and so something like that. Chances are really good that I would have pursued anything that would be of a similar vein, because this has been it. There's been nothing else that's had my interest. Not even talking phones have had my interest to the level
I thought I turned that on silent.
Hey Siri.
No, it's not Siri.
Oh, it's not Siri?
No, I don't have iPhone anymore. I got rid of that.
Right.
That's why I'm a little struggling.
Okay, it's all good.
Learning new languages.
Right.
They don't talk the same.
Okay, Google, go into airplane mode.
Didn't work.
Well, looks like mine is.
Yours is? We almost have the same phone.
Almost. So I would still be doing something similar. I would still be working. I almost started working for local theaters. That type of a thing. It's. I don't think I would have been doing anything different. It would have been variation of the same pizza.
Right?
Yeah.
However, the way you got here, this was the path it was leading.
Right.
Right?
And especially with being a video editor on TV, that was a long-term roundabout path to get there.
Mm-hmm. Happy New Year's! Here we go. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Odin. Yo, what up, Odin? Don't worry, it's 2020 Part 2. You got plenty of time. Hey, Odin, I think it'd be really cool if you make Saturn's sword from Thor Ragnarok. I said that, didn't I?
That's fine. I saw that. I thought it was a great idea.
Can't stay... Oh, yeah, you read that one.
I read that one.
Okay. Exactly. Hey, Odin, guess who? Nicole King.
Oh, right.
We got greetings from Michigan, longtime fan, first time live viewer. Hi.
Sweet.
First time live viewer. Hello from Germany. Have a nice year.
Oh, right on.
Guten Tag, Germany.
I need to watch more Brazen and Bold. They were a nice couple of people to meet. They're some streamers from Germany.
Oh, nice.
They do a lot of sculpting and casting and Citadel miniature inspired stuff. At least the artwork. That's what it looks like to me.
Okay.
I hope I'm not.
Do It Too says hi, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. Hi. Bye. Got hey there. Yay. I love these comments. They're fun. No, I'm just genuinely having fun. Obey Ghostly says, hi, Odin. How was your New Year's Eve? I've been watching since you made Thor's hammer, and I've been trying to catch a stream. That is a good time that I'm in doing anything. I hope I read that right. Hi from France, everyone. Hi in France. Oh, no. Bonjour. There we go. I'm like, I am not even in the right country. And we got, hey, Odin. Hi from Berlin. Hi in Berlin. Oh, Dan Does Junk says, because it's a secret stuff, not supposed to talk about material chainmail. It never existed after all, LOL. There you go. That's why you can't find it.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, dang nabbit, I did. But really, where did it go? Like, it was with everything. I don't know.
Yeah, no, totally. It was. And I even thought I put more effort into keeping everything together. Because we did this once before.
Oh, Lordy. Maybe we shouldn't be so high. Never mind. Okay. Awesome t-shirt, by the way, Jerry Prop says. So.
Oh, thank you.
This
How
is
well
us today.
Yeah, this is my t-shirt today. How well can you read all this, I wonder? So today's t-shirt is actually from a webcomic that I used to catch daily, or nearly daily. I haven't so much. I've kind of gotten out of habit. That happens. The webcomic is called Toothpaste for Dinner. And basically it's a timeline showing the creative process. And so you've got your beginning of where you start. The yellow bar here has the designation of time for this yellow bar. The first word rhymes with truck. So it kind of says truck off, not quite. It's got a different connotation there. Because we don't want to say fuck on a live stream. And then you got, towards the end, you got panic. And then you have doing all the work while crying at deadline. Seemed appropriate because I'm kind of in the panic mode of trying to get back to Godzilla done. I also have this as an art print hanging up over my edit bay. And I have a Safe for Work coffee mug. Yes.
Yeah, as you said, you have the mug too. Yeah. I don't know. It's just kind of one of those days. I'm honestly dragging. It is rainy. It is lovely outside. And that's why the dogs aren't here, because it was just too big of a muddy mess. But Toby and Bruno did want to say hi.
Oh yeah, especially Bruno.
I know, Bruno.
Needy little Bruno.
He knows what day of the week it is too. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they do.
Okay.
This is amazing.
You can't find it, can you? I'm not crazy. Okay. Ooh, we got love from Carla, India? Hello in India. And hey guys from Michigan. Hi from France. I think we got there. Okay, yes. Oh, you guys want to know about that dress in the background?
Oh yeah, that was a talking point you brought in.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Before we got distracted by the lack of chainmail.
I know, right? Okay, well.
All right, let's talk about the dress. Then we'll go back to looking for chainmail.
No, it's like
it
disappeared.
It did. It disappeared. Like what the heck? Is someone else in the building messing with me? I don't think so.
No.
They don't. The guys here don't have that kind of humor.
Okay, so the dress is.
So you had told me you had a little project you did over the holidays to entertain yourself.
Yes, I actually had some time off. Got things caught up, and I had enough time off of work that I. Had some time to do some creative things just for the fun of it. Some people
Awesome.
do that, have time for hobbies.
No, what is that?
So anyways, I was cleaning up all the garbage after the holidays, and I was like, there's a shit ton of garbage.
Yeah, there is.
So much
Yes.
garbage.
Yes, the packaging and the decorations. Christmas produces a ton of garbage.
I have definitely developed a disdain for LOL dolls, and I may get a lot of hate for that, but oh my gosh, so much garbage. So much garbage.
LOL dolls?
You open up, you get a doll, and you get half an outfit fits her, half the outfit's for a doll you don't even have yet, and it's surprises, and you get and then all of a sudden you have this pile of garbage.
Right.
And a doll with half an outfit.
Okay. I
some
haven't heard
you
the
get a full
name. All I
outfit,
can think is Laugh Out Loud dolls.
Yeah, they're cute,
Okay.
they're adorable,
Oh,
and
okay.
I love dolls, and I'm not opposed to them. I just hate the amount of garbage.
Sure.
Sorry, thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Hi. It's all good. I've got a few hundred dolls myself. Mostly I call them action figures, but they're dolls.
No, right?
Yeah.
I I'm not opposed to them. It's just the amount of garbage.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of garbage. Anyways, so I made it into a pretty dress. I took a bunch of garbage.
Okay.
And I made some pretty dresses out of them just because I was playing.
Okay.
And so that dress behind me is made out of garbage bags.
Do we want to bring?
It's okay.
That's not actually attached to the stand.
Yeah, no, this dress is made out of garbage bags. I don't think
You
there's.
got a second dress here. Let's
Oh yeah,
move
oh
this
yeah.
out of the way.
And this one's also made out of trash bags, different kind of bags, a heavier than a not chip bags, but like the stuff you put computer parts in bag.
Oh, okay.
And holiday decorations.
All right, so it's a static bag and holiday decorations.
Yeah.
It's quite a flapper dress.
Yeah, no, it's totally a holiday futuristic garbage dress, and I love it.
All right, yeah.
And then this garbage dress is literally just taped together in the whole spirit of it's garbage. Here we go. And I just need to do a closure, but I taped the whole thing together, so I figured it didn't hurt to have a tape closure. But it's full length. Look at how much fluffy.
Yeah, super full length. This is a
garbage bags.
Garbage bags.
Lots and lots. This is all blown out.
Yeah. Well,
you can't see all the
pleating. A
pleating.
little dark because I do a lot of
Yeah.
Oh, hopefully you can see some pleating. No, try camera 3.
Camera 2?
No, 2 is just is it in focus?
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. My eyes aren't in focus, so I can't see from that far away.
Yeah. But I did like all this pleating here, like this normally would be done out of like silk or satin or and I was kind of particular on which plastic bag I used.
Oh, sure. So the upper bodice is not. This is a waste bag. This is just a kitchen trash bag.
These are like the scented kind that you use like in the bathroom.
Okay.
This just smells amazingly chemically perfumey. Yeah. And then I just taped it together because I could have sewn it and sewing it would have been easier, but in the spirit of garbage.
Well, flop it open again and hit 4. Oh yeah, do it this way and hit 4.
4. Camera 4. There you go.
Because I'm enjoying what your neck strap is.
Oh yeah, it's an old USB cable that had like a bunch of broken spots, so I cut it and I used it as the strap, and you could see kind of where I couldn't quite avoid the print of the bag.
Oh right, that's the drawstring top.
No, that's just the 90 the logo on a bag.
Oh, that's okay. So this is a shopping bag.
Yeah.
One of those reusable shopping bags.
These are yeah.
Okay, that was the next question. Is like this feels like a different material than the lower portion. Okay.
Oh, definitely. It's garbage bags.
Right.
So this is reusable shopping bags and a USB cable.
USB cable. That is. You sent me pictures yesterday, and I thought it was amazing. And I'm seeing it in person, and I still think it's amazing.
Isn't it fun? I was just playing, and I think it turned out really nice. And honestly, if I don't point out the garbage parts, like I left the inside unlined so it looked like garbage.
Right.
I think it really photographs well.
I think it does.
I'm going to have to take some pictures. It's crazy rainy right now, so that's just going to wait. But
I had a viewer when I got done making my Cyberpunk Tony 77, the thermal katana. I had put a rechargeable battery in it, and one of the comments somebody was making fun of, it's 2020, you recharge your cars, you recharge your swords, you recharge your phone, and apparently you recharge your dress too. Not quite. That's just got the cable. It doesn't actually charge.
No, I was actually thinking, I'm like, I could rig up lights into this thing, and I had some Christmas lights, and I was considering it.
No, if you put small ring of lights under the belt just to make the waist glow, I think that'd be really cool.
I have these icicle lights that I got from the 99-cent store
that they do an animation?
Were battery operated that
I
could have just lined anyways. And then I said, maybe it could be a boa. But then I ended up, this was supposed to be my lining because I was going to line the interior of that, but then I made it into its own dress because, I was playing.
Yeah.
But that's what that is. It's me playing.
Cool.
And I don't know. I thought I'd show you guys my garbage. It's garbage. Garbage. So let's take 2020's garbage, see what we can do with it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's me just playing. I just made some garbage.
And it's just all taped together. Mm-hmm. There's like nothing that's really sewn.
Well, I was going to sew it, and it sewed really nicely together, and I should have sewn it together. It would have been easier.
Okay.
It would have been easier, believe it or not. But I just taped it together because I was playing. I just sat there and I played with the tape. And
right. And it looks like it's all packing tape, the clear...
No, there's about 4 different types of tapes in there. It's left over...
There's the blue tape.
There's this, red crappy tape, when... Just like the regular Christmas tape, but it's, dyed. So you can't use it for regular tape because it's a funny color. Okay. So I have that, in there because that tape sticks differently. I have the Magic Scott tape because that one sticks differently.
Right,
then I have
the clear... glows with that. Okay.
I have the clear plastic packaging tape because that sticks differently. And then I have the blue tape because that sticks differently. So yes.
Welcome to Felicia's Tape Channel. Today we're going to talk about adhesive tape.
Yeah, so there's
Next
different
week it's
thicknesses depending on what plastics you're trying to adhere to, and do you want it to be able to get off or stick on again, and will it be permanently damaging your plastic to remove the tape?
Right.
You know, things.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, because I can see the packing tape is going to permanently damage your scented trash bags.
Yes, definitely. And that has been kind of one of the hardest things about trying to get that waistband, is trying to get them all gathered onto the sticky tape that really sticks and holds them without getting any of the parts you don't want to stick.
Okay.
Stuck. Especially when everything just loves to blow around in the motion of the winds.
Uh-huh.
It's very flowy.
I was thinking that. It's probably very, very flowy. It's like a little bit of fan, you're going to have a super fantasy daydream dress.
Yeah, no, somebody got a hoverboard for Christmas, and I've been having a lot of fun on it.
Oh, there you go.
And so that was kind of the inspiration behind that one, is like I just wanted to play. I wanted to have a flowy dress on a hoverboard.
So if you get the hoverboard, we need to make you garbage wings and a garbage magic wand, right?
Yeah, that's my dumpster fairy.
Dumpster fairy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. You totally need to go to a con as a dumpster fairy.
No, that's my dumpster fairy garbage dresses. Like, I already made this character up. I don't know. She just goes to the dumpster and goes, pretty dress, and then runs away.
Okay.
So, yeah, garbage fashion. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've been ignoring
That's
people.
cool. Oh, let's not
And we
ignore people.
haven't even started because we lost the chain.
We did. We were on a hunt for chainmail, and I'll kind of get back to that. What the heck?
Right?
Okay, so my shop's a disaster, right? So there's that. That's a hardcore reality. But yeah, what the heck?
It's not that.
You had it last week, right? You guys saw her working on it last week, right?
I was almost finished. I think I could have gotten it done in about 15 minutes, just finishing up that last little
bit, because we were cleaning up the dots, and I was putting them back in the bags to use with because I'm using the dots for Mechagodzilla.
Did you throw it in their garbage can on accident?
I seriously doubt it.
Yeah, why would you? Anyways.
Let's both check comments. I've got an obligation to my Patreons on Discord, so let me actually open the Discord up, since my co-host is the only person that's done anything with it yet.
When is the puppet stream coming? I'm looking forward to it.
It's the Odin Makes puppet stream.
You know, my grandpa, he took that puppeteer class at City College.
Oh, the Kathy Burleson's?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, well, that's one I took.
No, but it was back when you probably took it. And he came up with a puppet.
So you're saying I was older, grandpa? No.
No, but he was in that. He went to college later in life.
Okay.
If that makes any sense. Okay. And he came up with a puppet. It was a doorknob, like a little handle that you put on like a chest of drawers, just a little thing. And he named it Drawer Pull. Drawer Pull.
Drawer Pull.
And he was little Drawer Pull.
Okay.
And it was the cutest little puppet out of the simplest little object, and that was for one of his class assignments, make a puppet out of an
object. I remember that exercise.
So it probably was the same teacher.
Probably very same teacher.
Drawer Pull. And now I know who Drawer Pull is.
Okay. We didn't actually have to do it. The assignment for us was just a brainstorming one. And what Kathy was telling us, Kathy being the professor, instructor, whichever, she had a pen, and it was a pen with a cap. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, so you need to make this into a puppet. How are you going to have a pen talk? And so my solution was to remove the click that makes the cap stick on, take all the guts out of the pen and put a rod through it, so the pen could sit on a table with a hole in it, and you can push a rod underneath it that makes the cap pop up and down.
There you go.
And if you want, you put a piece of thread in the back, and the cap might do a little more of a guy smiley head movement. Yeah.
I was thinking if you cut it like this, like right to make yourself a joint.
Right.
And then, even a string pulley system.
Yeah.
There's a million ways.
There's a million ways to do it.
A million ways. Okay, people.
But honestly, that puppetry class was the first real big introduction I had to working with large pieces of foam, seeing large pieces of foam getting cut, and having access to a 5-gallon bucket of barge. Talk about a gold mine at this point in time. But that was the first big contact cement build that I had done, was that class, and I ended up doing a red dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so
I never played with contact cement till college, and then all of a sudden it's like, why don't you know how to use this already?
Me too. I hadn't played with it until college. I had used rubber cement, but which is very similar. But
now I use it all the time without even thinking about it.
Yeah.
But I don't own any, believe it or not.
Right.
I still yours.
As you should. I'm about ready to go buy another gallon. What's nice is people ask all the time, what is the thing I keep my contact cement in? So the thing that I've got is called a glue pot. And that camera's really dark too. And so this glue pot, which isn't even in focus, I don't think. What you do with this is you put the contact cement inside. It's got a Teflon coating on the outside. And then with the cone shapes of the brush lid, you put it together and it does a really good job of doing vapor control. And with a built-in brush, it just makes it real easy. I put a cork on it because it's a lot more comfortable for my hands to move it around that way. So I refill this with a gallon can of contact cement. Using this, instead of just pulling contact cement out of an open can that's just fuming like potpourri, my contact cement lasts a lot longer. And so I'm going through a gallon of contact cement in about 9 months instead of buying a quart every month or so.
Yeah, and it's fun to pull the boogers off.
It's great fun to pull the boogers off. And if you actually want to let this sit long term, you do this intentionally and put the handle down and it'll seal it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the ATCO, the Atco Glue Pot. Got it off Amazon. Thank you, Evil Ted Smith, for pointing this out. That's the first place and first person I saw it from. So yeah, that's my tool thing for the moment.
Not brought to you by Atco, but
Not
we
brought
like
to
it.
Yeah, not brought to you by Atco. Now, this Odin Makes live stream is not sponsored by anybody at the moment. So
Willing.
willing, yes.
Okay. Let's see what people have been saying.
Sure.
Yeah, half the time the things I can't find are in my hands, LOL. I know that feeling.
Right.
Oh my gosh, every time I sit down and hem, I know I haven't moved, but somehow the scissors disappear.
You may not have done this, and I know some of you out here have done this. I've spent over 45 minutes looking for my glasses just like this.
Oh my gosh, where's my phone? Have you ever done that one?
No, I probably have. While I'm looking at it, holding onto it, where's my phone? Yeah, probably.
Just the whole, I feel like I'm already lost, so
Right.
You know what? Yes. And we are already,
Yeah.
we can do other parts, but that was the part I was planning on working on today.
Right.
Dang, being flexible and having to think on the fly. Oh, also, not to mention the dresses, but as I was going to grab Kevin, I realized I brought in my dress form.
Yeah.
That's like the what we built.
The one that we built that we're calling Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one that built for my video.
This one I named Kevin. This one I named Barbie.
Right. Barbie. So because this is one you made in college, doing the same process that was in the video you helped me with.
Yes.
With doing the body wrap and so this is actually a copy of you, and this is a copy of a cosplayer. Thorcules.
Yeah. With
a shirt that I was putting together for My Hero Academia that we ended up not needing.
We guess we can put that up at the top. What? Dress forms.
Oh, here. Thorcules would love, and not go there. Pretty sure Thorcules would get a huge kick out of. No, it's a little small.
Does it cover the important bits?
No.
Okay.
It fits like a bin.
But so the same process, similar processes that went into making this. Made my dress form. Not that it's. The biggest difference is I have a neck and I have a stand built in because I wrapped a piece of poster board around my knees before we started doing the taping process.
Okay. So it goes to your knees and it's just a tube.
Yeah, and it just goes straight down and there's a brick in the base of it that was a counterweight.
Right.
That worked for the longest time, but then we tried making a better stage.
Yeah. Details.
Working on it. But that is just the same process to do the dress form. It's just with the stand, as opposed to
as
No
opposed
stand
to,
and no neck.
And no neck. Now, we did measure Thorcules' neck and
made a
foam version of it that we've pinned on, right, on occasion, but I just didn't need it for the last thing, and it actually falls off a lot. So.
Right.
Whatever.
It is what it is. It's just a different... I taped all the way up to here on me, and...
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, I feel like... Where did... Jeez Louise, I am losing everything here. I'll take that. And garbage.
And garbage.
Okay. But I thought you guys might appreciate that video. Just, if you ever want your own dress form, that's a great video. It shows you how to do all the parts of it. And if you extend it to the neck and to the feet, you can have a full-size one. And you also can do the legs individually. I want to try that one day. Eventually. Okay.
Understandable, and I don't know, it'd be a fun video because it would be different because there's you're doing just the upper torso, and then you do the full body with individual legs and potentially arms.
Yeah, I would do the arms as one piece. I'd do those as a separate piece, but
right.
Yeah. But even just getting the pads to pad out one of those dress forms, because if you have at least your base, and if you're like, I'm never gonna be this skinny ever again, it's still your structure, it's still your bones, and it's still your frame, and it's still your shape. So things are still going to fit you right way, and you can always pad out, and then also you can always sand down your dress form,
right?
Because those are just foam.
Those are just foam.
But anyways, that's my tangent.
Okay, good tangent.
Good tangent, especially since we're not working on our project, and this bothers me. I know.
Twice. We've done it twice.
We've done it twice.
We've even got somebody else in the building possibly helping us trying to find it. He might be looking for something else, but the owner of Sacramento Media Center, the John Christensen, he's come in and is giving a big hand thank you. I don't know if he's looking for the chainmail or if he's just ransacking the place, but yeah, he's nodding. I believe he's looking for chainmail, so thank you for that. Hey, I see we've got a mango colored something going on.
Darren Calvin, he says hello from Sacramento, and he donated.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh, Darren. Darren?
D-A-R-R-I-N.
Okay, Darren. Nice. Thank you.
Darren.
And hello, Sacramento, Darren.
Hello from Sacramento.
Hello from, that's what he says, right?
Yeah,
so
from Sacramento.
So someone else who's interned here.
Okay, so anyways, that bothers me. So,
We've got Kevin, wherever Kevin went.
Yeah, he's right here.
Do you want to lace up the clamshell?
We might as well and get the pauldrons going.
Get the pauldrons going.
Yeah. Shifting gears because we're flexible.
You're gonna have to be.
Do we have laces?
I've got
The paracord?
I've got paracord. I've got a little bit of leather, but paracord's probably going to be a better choice.
Okay.
That's
let's just use paracord.
Okay.
Honestly, my favorite laces, shoelaces.
Yeah, all right. I got.
Like, the leather ones are great, and they have a great look and a great feel, and they thread well, because usually that's the biggest issue you have with different laces, is if they thread or not.
Yeah.
But shoelaces are by far one of my favorites. Like, when I have to lace people up at a costume shop, whether it's a corset or armor.
Okay. But I think the shoelaces I have are athletic.
No, this paracord's perfect.
Okay.
Hey.
That's not going to be too slippery?
No, just
okay.
We'll see. It's string.
It's string.
It's string, and if it's the wrong string, we'll find out.
Okay. You can always pull the core out of it and make it a little more relaxed.
True.
Okay. So I was thumbing through the This is awesome because John's being very thorough looking in stuff that I wouldn't have looked in because in my mind, why would it be in there?
Yeah, but obviously it's not where we thought it would be.
Right.
So. I'm going to push Kevin your way.
Sure. So, I see what the problem
Yeah, for a
is.
second. What's going on?
I put it in airplane mode. I was messing about putting airplane mode, so guess what? I don't get to see new things from Discord.
Okay, that's why my
so let me
phone's
take
over
it
here
out on
going,
airplane
hey.
mode, and maybe I'll actually see some new stuff. Hey, look at that today at 12:13. Someone saying, I second Chewy's bowcaster. Okay, Rodimus Prime, Nicole. At one point in time, I started buying bits and pieces to make Chewbacca's bowcaster. This was when the Solo movie was coming out, because I thought, oh, this would be great. I know Chewbacca's going to be in there. Let's make the bowcaster. Solo, the movie, started getting a whole lot of hate. I was still concerned about getting splash damage from hate being thrown at a movie, even though I had nothing to do with it. So I ended up not doing the bowcaster. And actually, that might have been a good choice because this bowcaster isn't in that movie. He doesn't have it yet in the story. So, but as long as I didn't say it was from Solo, it wouldn't matter. It would just be Chewbacca's bowcaster.
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, no, Chewbacca's bowcaster. I'd love to. That's great. Adam Savage did a fantastic job doing one not too long ago, and I think it'd be fun to make one too as well. So Lord Khan was also saying a couple of ideas. It's not called a gun. Make a Men in Black inspired gun.
Oh, cricket?
But I did 3D print a noisy cricket. In fact, I need to 3D print another one for John, who's helping out trying to find stuff, and and then he's the one that's threw out bowcaster. Jerry Rig props. I have a question. I'm waiting for my caulk to dry on my seams, and I'm wondering what grit of sandpaper I should use. I usually get cracks on the caulk when I sand. That's CAULK, and it's never really 100% smooth. Okay, well, a lot of that stuff doesn't sand terribly well, like Quick Seal and a lot of the acrylic sealers.
Caulking, it just kind of pulls up.
Yeah, it kind of pulls up. Now, that may not be what you're using, but it kind of pulls up. It's really hard to sand. What I've been using and I would love to give credit to the commenter, the viewer that told me about this originally, and I ended up telling mind blank, Jake over at William Shakespeare Props, the same thing. It's the Alex Flex Fast Dry. This specifically is spackle. It's not even caulking. But it's made to be flexible for filling reoccurring cracks.
That's not caulk.
No, it's not. And this sands.
What
and
do you
sand
you?
Well, now, actually, on this, 120, 220. It's pretty big, and I get a decent level of sanding on it. And then I end up covering it with Plastidip or something else anyway, or acrylic paint. Right, so this becomes sealed between the foam and the paint, so it's not, which I think helps it too, because you could definitely flex this to the point that it's going to crack again, whereas caulking you may not.
No, it peels off.
Yeah.
I tried to use it for mermaid scales at one point, and it will.
Right. Were you putting that on vinyl, or what were you putting that on?
I was putting it on a lot of different surfaces, and it reacts differently, but I wouldn't use it. I've walked away, and we've never looked back.
Fair enough. This has gotten harder for me to find here in Sacramento. Ace Hardware is the only place I can find this blue label, yellow top, flexible, Alex Flex, flexible spackle.
Flexible spackle, not caulk.
Right? I don't know.
Somebody asked, where do we store the Witcher armor after the streams? And apparently, we're not very sure.
Be a little rolled up, and then try to put everything back on the table. Hey, I'm talking to John off camera. Sorry, guys.
No worries.
Thank you.
Wolf Trooper says, I've been watching you since DIY Pork Chop.
Oh,
was
sweet.
that someone else saying that too?
Someone else was saying that earlier.
You got some pretty loyal fans.
I do, and I appreciate that a lot. Yeah, I mean, the first time I had seen Evil Ted's videos pop up in my feed before, but I really got in depth watching his stuff when he was a guest host on DIY Prop Shop. So yeah, I get it. And that's cool. Thank you. Hello.
Do people even watch these? That's what somebody's saying, but apparently you are, so hi.
Well, they may have it on as like a radio thing, like more of a talk show or a podcast.
Do people actually watch that? Yeah.
I don't know.
Do people keep popping you up, so I'm just assuming that they are, and I'm just not talking to voided space over there.
Right, and there's also it's a possible troll comment, but yeah, whatever. Just like I don't expect most people actually build these. The vast majority of the people who watch these videos don't build these things.
No, but you do have a lot of good tips and tricks. So.
Thank you. Yeah, the idea was to be entertaining. Now I was wondering if we were going to have gaps in the top, because I'm seeing that this is poking out.
Well, this is also not a... There's not a neck here and breathing and moving and stuff like that.
Okay.
This isn't the same shape as the human being that was putting this on, if that makes sense.
Right.
And plus we have flexibility if we can loosen this up and then it'll...
Yeah, that's kind of what I was wondering. Do we need to loosen up the shoulders too?
But I wanted to do the side seams before I loosened them.
All right, that's fine.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. I'm jumping ahead. All right, I'm sorry.
Slowly. Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the guy who made a mistake with the shapes.
We'll just loosen these up slightly till it's comfortable. Hold on, this one's not untied.
I'm wondering if you can't...
See, now it's where it needs to be. That's all you have to do is just kind of adjust it where, per person.
Right.
That's why you have a lot of size variations on this. Like you can fit a size large to extra large.
I wouldn't be looking at this. I wonder, instead of attaching Velcro to the armor, what if you made a piece that fit through the lacing?
Well, not everybody's going to need.
Okay. Okay.
Where if you put, because yes, you could totally put something through there, but if we put it right, like...
That looks like it should be it.
You found it! Thank you, John!
Where did it fall to?
It's right there.
It was right there.
You used your sewing machine and you pulled that out and it knocked.
I actually don't want to burn it.
Oh, I didn't see earlier. It was right next to the sewing
Put
machine?
it here.
I didn't see my glasses on. I never saw it.
I was looking over there. I genuinely was.
Just need to sterilize it.
We found it! I know, it's so silly, but...
Right.
But yay!
Yay.
We found it! So now...
Thank you. Thank you, John.
Yeah. And then this is also a little longer than this torso we have.
Good to know that John watches the live streams.
Oh, he always says so afterwards.
Yeah, he always says so, yeah.
Yeah. But this guy, he...
Right. And this was fitting the one person who had it on better, right?
Yes.
Well, I guess once the bodice is sewn on, that'll help pull this in?
No, this is a piece that goes over the top of the bodice. It's just...
I'm just seeing this
All it is...
This frog mouth is bugging me.
Okay, that is... This needs to be just adjusted so the frog mouth is where it belongs.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay.
On the body.
Right.
But just tighten it so it all lines up. But we did this based off of the human body versus this dress form because...
Right. Right.
Yeah.
We did it off of
somebody
pattern,
different
flat
shaped.
pattern.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I
right.
did it off of a human body
Right,
shape
okay.
and sizes that were different measurements than this, but this is a similar because it's also size large, but the
Okay.
torso shorter than what we were.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Very slowly the pieces are coming together.
But it's adjustable, so I figured
Okay.
it would, we have some room depending on if you're broader shoulder or broader,
Right.
flexibility. That's
Okay.
why we did the lacing.
Right. Good.
Yes.
And those garments don't look too bad. They don't look.
This is popping out, and I think that's what's bothering you, huh?
Oh yeah, totally. Well, the artist, right? I'm not going to see the overall good. I'm going to see the minute bad. Yeah.
That's okay. I forgive you.
Thank you.
Okay, so anyways, I can finish this up now, and we can get the back done.
Okay, good. Is that what we want to do next?
Pretty much, because
All right.
I
But
know
hey.
we could do this, but I wanted to get the rivets, and you were getting the longer rivets. The longer... Because it had to fit through the different layers of the foam, and it didn't quite
did
make...
those get here or no?
You said they did, but I was waiting on those, and I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't get them. You have them.
I'll have to dig for those. I thought I had them.
Okay, well, I
thought I ordered them because I thought I ordered all that stuff from the same time from Golden Tool.
just know last week we had noticed.
Was it last week?
Well, the
Oh. Then no, I haven't gotten longer. I need to get longer screws in order for those rivets.
that
has not happened
Okay.
because my week has been New Year's and Godzilla.
yeah.
Yeah, that has not happened. Okay.
So yeah. Oh lordy, everybody gets to see how I'm organized.
This is how a sausage is made. Just put Kevin here in the sander.
thing can go on the sander.
Okay, I'm not going to turn it on for the next hour.
There you go, Kevin. Don't poke out an eye.
Yeah, I'll poke out an eye. All right.
Okay, so where's this?
The package of stuff.
And I can easily feel just from
Yeah, you can tell
the
which
secret
one.
stuff, the not secret stuff.
Yeah, the stuff that we don't have, the stuff
Because
that doesn't exist.
look it, they look so different on camera.
They don't, do they?
No, not at all.
No, yeah, no, okay.
You would be able to tell.
No,
If I didn't say anything, you guys would never know.
that's right. So you don't know anything,
You don't.
Jon Snow.
Yeah. 'Cause I'm-
Oh, okay. Rodimus Prime saying, "Oh, I got one." A question, right? Which one of the most contributing question givers on the Discord is Rodimus Prime. Odin Makes, what is your most liked prop by the cast of DIY Prop Shop? Like, what was their favorite of mine that I had made? Okay. So now I gotta guess for somebody else, and that's. I'm not sure actually. Because I could probably say trying to think about which overall was the prop that. Okay, so if I was to reverse it, what is my favorite prop that one of the other cast members at DIY Prop Shop made?
There you go.
I can answer that one pretty well. Even though I talked to Vinny and I talked to Hendo and I've talked to Elizabeth, I've never talked to Dustin. I've never talked to Devin. So that was her name, wasn't it? I'm not sure now. But anyway, so I don't know. And when we get together, we don't usually necessarily talk that, and we haven't gotten together in a long time. But it was always other things like, what was the worst comment you got? And mine were tame compared to some of the horrible things that the girls got. Anyway, so let's see. I really liked. Okay, so Dustin, right? He did a lot of stuff that was really pretty cool. It's in the early stuff. He did the X-wing fighter helmet. He did the hoverboard. He did a flux capacitor. I think he did the ghost trap. That was mostly duct tape. So I don't know. Probably the hoverboard, which is really kind of a simple thing, but it worked really well.
No, but it's,
yeah, because it was like it had food, not Tupperware, but that type of resealable food container. That's what he used at the bottom for the hover pads. Made an easily print out and downloadable whatever logo to go on the top to make the whole Mattel pink hoverboard top. Anyway, so that was it's simple, but that was really cool. Yeah. I've got one of Vinny's props. I've actually got the companion cube here in the shop from DIY Prop Shop that Vinny made. And I specifically borrowed that because I was going to make the portal gun, which I did do. So that's the one prop of Vinny's that I've actually got. And I'm trying to think of the other things he's done, because he did a number of interesting things. I like the fact that he did, I did the Buster Sword, and then he did Cloud's shoulder pauldron with the screws on it, which I thought was kind of fun. And then same thing with when they brought Ted on. I had done the Pip-Boy from Fallout 4, and so then Ted made chest armor, New Ranger chest armor. So that was kind of cool. So Ted only did like two things. He did the chest armor, then he did Destiny gun, I think, and that looked really good. He did it on his bandsaw. So at this point, I'm not necessarily answering the question. I'm just kind of going through memory from what I can remember from other people making. I know that Maui's hook was one of the things that Hendo did, and just the sheer size and volume of that prop was impressive. Something that on DIY Prop Shop that we didn't really talk about on the video itself is we wanted to do projects that the viewer could potentially do on their own over a weekend, and we're trying to do it on a budget. We're trying to do it, about $50, $60, somewhere in that area, with fudge room on paint and glue. Because if you're going to be a crafty person, you probably have some of those. That. Yeah. So the idea was new materials had to fall within this budget. Potentially existing materials was outside of that budget. That Maui hook blew it completely out of the water. It was just so funny to watch her put it together. And then it was, and then she got a huge stack of the pink insulation foam from Home Depot. Right, great material. It's expanded polystyrene, poly whatever, the pink foam. But where she was, she could only get the 2-foot squares, so she couldn't get a 4x8 sheet. Because Bowie's hook is like 6 feet tall, right?
Yeah.
So she bought like 20 or 30 of these things, and they're $6 a piece.
That's expensive.
Yeah, and then started gluing them together with wood glue. Okay, that'll work. That's going to take 2 weeks to dry because wood glue can't dry from between. The outer rim's going to dry, and it's going to take months for the pool inside of that outer rim to dry because it can't go through. You don't learn these things
sometimes until you make these mistakes.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
But
and
yeah,
you can't use spray
glue,
and you can't use contact cement on that expanded polyfoam because it'll melt it. Yeah. You can very lightly hit it with some spray glues and you can get it to kind of work. But if you actually apply it with like, this is going to stick, no, you just turn it into terrain. And then she started trying to carve into it, and that wasn't really working. So to give it a good skin, she wrapped it with Worbla. 6 foot tall.
That's expensive.
I know. It's like, what? Which, love you, Hendo. That was the only one for me. I kept going, what? And whenever something new got pulled out during the video, because it's like, only from the standpoint of we're supposed to be making a project that is achievable by the viewer. And to me, even as a maker at my point right now, I see the reward versus cost of Worbla being on the too expensive side. Right? I have yet to buy any.
It is like that.
If you need to make the armor piece, if you need to not vacuum form something and make something that is form fitting, that is
feels like plastic,
works like plastic, has this Worbla's great, and there's some other thermoplastics they use that you can get at Tandy Leather for making holsters and stuff. Very similar. It's great. It's just $70 for a poster board is just a little much for me.
You sound like my cheapskate.
Right. Yeah. my cheapskate ass looks at it and goes, yeah, I can do that a different way. Yeah.
Let me go see what's in the farm, at the garage, in the dumpster. Let's see.
Right.
We have so much of this great packaging foams and stuff like that just get thrown away.
I could lay out felt and brush it down with polyester resin.
There's a million ways, and sometimes you just get stuck in, why did I end up this path?
Right. Which, by the way, polyester resin will also melt styrofoam. So if you want to put any kind of fiberglassing resin over a styrofoam form, you're going to need to use epoxy resin. Epoxy will not melt styrofoam. And epoxy resin will work to glue styrofoam. So, because it's a chemical setup, not air dry. So that'll work. Anyway, DIY Prop Shop was great. I really enjoyed working with those guys. I really enjoyed working on that show. I really enjoyed getting to be the guy on video, which I never had any aspirations for. I wanted to be behind the camera. So I'm really grateful to Defy Media and to the whole crew at DIY Prop Shop for giving me a chance and giving me a break and the ability to do the thing.
Nice.
And so that was really cool. And if you're interested, there is a playlist in my channel somewhere of all of my appearances on DIY Prop Shop. So now I know Tori Belici's favorite one was the Rick and Morty portal gun because he told me that made me feel really good too.
That's my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, which barely has any foam. It's just got foam inside to keep the batteries from rattling around.
Jeff 3D Models asks, if this is the one that was misplaced.
This is the most recent one that was misplaced. This is not the first one.
This is not the one you tried to do off camera.
That is not the one I tried to do off camera.
This is the one that we started last week because we couldn't find that one.
Right.
That's made out of the nicer stuff. I mean, the secret stuff.
The secret stuff.
The secret stuff.
So
it feels different. Stuff. And instead of being the back, it's probably going to end up being our front.
Okay, cool. And it was just rolled up next to the sewing machine over there. It was a black piece rolled up on top of a black table in the dark. So for some strange reason, neither one of us could find it.
Yeah, and you did pull out your sewing machine recently, so you probably just...
That's probably exactly what happened. Part of the Godzilla suit build that I'm doing, it'll be on Wednesday's video. I sewed a zipper into the back of it. I'm making a kaiju suit. I had to have a zipper in the back. Doesn't matter if that's not right. That's what I needed. So that's what I did. Functionality.
You know, you're not a real robot. Jeez, Odin.
Just the joke of every non-Godzilla joke, they're always unzipping it to get out of it, right? So I kind of had to do it.
You have to.
Yeah. Doesn't mean that it didn't have a zipper on it. It could have. But, so there was on Reddit, somebody was talking about Hedorah, which was the smog monster. I talked about how that, as a kid, was one of my favorite cheeseball movies, which apparently is like Roger Ebert's favorite. And it's a lot of like esoteric favorites, but it is one of the least favorites from the Toho people, though they hated that movie. But anyway, the actor getting into that suit, supposedly it was a long and complicated process, which is like, really? It's not glued on. How complicated and long can it be?
No,
to the point that he suffered a ruptured appendix while in the suit. And the medics came out and did the surgery on him while he was in the suit because they didn't have the time or wanted to take the time to get the suit off of him. So that's the one time that I know of that somebody had surgery in a kaiju suit.
That's crazy. But granted, we are in the day and age where I had a close family member just have their appendix out recently.
Okay.
And they had 2 poke holes.
Right.
Just 2 little poke holes, and we're jumping around the next day like it was nothing happened.
Right.
So I like, part of me's like, geez, Louise, surgery. And then also it's like, okay, I can see them.
Well, it's 1970, right? I think that was a 71 or 72 movie, so we're looking at production happening in 70, 71,
okay, so they're still chopping in.
So this is full on, get my hand in there. Yeah.
Okay, jeez.
Right.
Jeez, ow.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, the non-invasive surgeries that are doing now are amazing. Working at PBS, we did a quick little 3 or 4 minute doc on the Da Vinci machine. I think they called it.
So I do a lot of weird odd jobs in the film industry, and one of them is we work in hospitals, and we've done some hospital work, like when they were opening a brand new hospital building. We got to go through their whole cardiac department, and they had one of those machines.
Okay.
And we were filming a doctor using the machine, and he just wiggled a little bit. Peeling an orange. He's like, please don't show that.
Oh, right.
But the amount of detail of this guy just getting in there, and I'm impressed, and there's a wiggle, and I'm just I didn't even see it, and this guy is he messed, and
I messed up. Don't show that. Right. And for me,
I'm over here, I'm shaking. I'm there's a reason I'm not a...
You're putting sutures into grape skin. You're fine, sir.
Yeah.
Right. Cardiac hospital just opened up. Is this the Spanos
Right out.
cardiac? Was that?
Right out. It's in Yuba City.
Oh, in Yuba City, okay.
Yeah. It's near, but was...
Yeah. No,
we got
totally
to do a grand piano on the roof of the hospital with the drone shot.
Oh, okay.
Some fun shoots.
That's interesting.
Weird jobs that nobody, who films those things?
Yep.
Yeah.
Very, very few, but I've got a number of friends that do different corporate shoots and commercial shoots, and I've been on some of them, and yeah.
The weird things you just don't realize happen until it's already over, and you're like, well, wow. Right.
We just put a grand piano on top of a building.
Yeah. This guy, I loved him. He was very talented. He's like, yeah, you guys had this in the wrong key. It was all in this one, so don't worry. I already switched it, and I'm like, good.
All right.
That's why that's your job.
Darren says, Odin having to spell cock on the stream just made me choke on my Panda Express. Yeah, well, I've always just pronounced it cock, and so I know that's kind of different connotation sometimes, because roosters are cool. Oh yeah, Jerry Riggs says I'll give the spackle a go. Yeah, definitely.
Because caulking, no matter how fine the grate, you are just going to get those little...
Yeah, it just peels up.
It's going to peel up, and it's going to peel off. It's really...
And actually, the Alex Fast Dry spackle stuff dries faster because it's a
fast dry
gypsum. It's fast dry. It's a gypsum based, water based, and point a fan at it, and you're going to be able to sand it in an hour to an hour and a half. It doesn't even have to have heat. It just needs the moving air will evaporate the water fast enough that you'll be able to get in and get sanding on it faster than watching a movie. So, which is pretty good. We look
Gonna
at this
say
really
hi to
quick.
people?
I'll say hi really quick. Oh, and then I suppose
Over my box.
there's the whole thing of oh, by the way, it's 1:00, so
We finally got started on our
we
Witcher
finally
build.
got started on the Witcher build, and I will be saving some of these for.
Mechagodzilla used a lot more than you expected, didn't he?
Actually, I found I had a secondary bag. What I found was the bag left over from one of the last times we used it.
Yeah.
And so I have another bag with way more in it. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be using a lot of these. And even though he's got different size rivets, the reality is I don't have time to cut them out. So he's going to get covered with these 8mm discs, and that's what he's going to get, and he's going to like it. So it's 1:00 for any of you who have tuned in just recently and have no idea what's going on because you've never been here before. So the broadcast experience in me wants to do, it's the top of the hour, we should talk about what we're doing and do a station identification, right? So, old habits. Hello and welcome to my channel, Odin Makes. My name is Odin and it's Monday, so we're doing our live Monday live stream because live streams are typically live.
Yeah, we're still alive.
We're still alive. We had an undead stream on Halloween. And today I've got Felicia with me, as I have for the past few months. I still do appreciate you spending your Monday afternoons with me.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate being here.
Cool. Thank you. And we're working on the Witcher. We're working on the Witcher costume. What we're doing is very slowly going through and putting together the basic Witcher armor from the original game, from Witcher 3. I shouldn't say the original game. So this is so specifically it is the vanilla inspired armor from The Witcher 3 is what we're trying to build. Just the top. And because of this chainmail that we got. So the whole thing comes back to the chainmail that we have from Foam Armory. So as Felicia sits here and knits together another couple sheets of the chainmail so we have enough to do the front of the girdle chest piece, we will actually be able to continue with making the Witcher armor, and at some magical point in the future, we'll be done.
Right?
At this point, no promises on...
Hey, we have a clamshell, and it's
We have a
together
clam-
finally.
Yeah, we have a clamshell. It's together exactly, and it's happening.
Yeah. He just did a workout.
Yes, he is swole. Connor Cook's asking if we have ever considered doing something from Blade, like his sword. Also, awesome job, Felicia, on the dresses.
Oh, thank you.
So Blade, that could be interesting. Yeah, so Blade's sword is basically a high-tech katana.
Okay.
Effectively, right? This is the Wesley Snipes Blade, which is actually one of the first really successful Marvel movies from what, the mid-90s? He's also got upper body armor because he's a daywalker vampire, right?
Okay.
So he's got like a tactical vest upper body armor thing. So yeah, I mean we could do if you wanted to do a tandem thing where if you wanted to make body armor, you talked about it earlier, and I could do a katana or not. But that's a Blade thing.
Yeah. No. Honestly, I appreciate the creative ideas. You know,
yeah,
like,
definitely.
I want to make that.
Interesting. Sean Kennedy says, with spackle and joint compound, additional layers dry faster because the moisture is sucked out by the previous layers that are dry, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agnico Fire King. Hey, Odin, can we get a close-up on Felicia putting two pieces of the chainmail together? I'm having a bit of trouble visualizing how they fit together. I can appreciate that because it took us a while to figure it out ourselves.
Yeah, because there's so many different ways, and it's hard to go from the second piece to the third piece.
Third piece. So I'm walking off camera to try and get a good shot if I can. So that's why I disappeared. Oh wow, somehow this really got...
Did I bonk it?
Nope.
Okay.
The f-stop got set way high, and I don't know how that happened. No, you're fine.
Okay.
No, that's just... I've noticed for a couple weeks, like, why is this camera in that corner so dark? And
That's why.
the f-stop got bumped to... Yeah. Okay, so I'm focusing on where your hands are, but that's probably not a good place to be. You'll probably be working higher than that.
Do you want me to?
Oh, I see. My
Right here.
camera's doing that intentionally.
Okay. Is it
So
auto
maybe-
anythinging?
Yeah, I think it's trying to help, which I often wish that they wouldn't.
Right. trying hard, just missing it slightly.
All right, that should be okay. Let me walk around and try and grab another one.
Is that camera 3?
I'm working with 3 now. Camera 2 should be okay, but give me a second to try and get... This one isn't going to be that close, but...
It'll give it...
Yeah, give a little bit of variance. Maybe one will work better than the other.
Okay.
Well, I could do that too. Here, I will make this an extreme close-up. We'll leave it on focus assist, which puts the extender on it and makes it super crazy close. And let me open the aperture up on this one a little bit.
Showing people things.
No, they're not. Well, they're not seeing anything. That's why I'm kind
Not
of
yet?
trying to talk through it. Yeah, because
They're
it's
just
not
seeing
happening
me
yet.
pulling apart a
Right.
bunch of foam.
and I'm just over here doing a yeah. So there's that. And I'm gonna get in here. Okay, so camera 3 is going to be a little too bright. Your fingers are going to be blown out, but you should be able to see.
Yeah, because I'm wearing black and this is
Yeah,
black
we're
on
black, and that's
black.
black, and it's black on black. So it's sort of like, you know, when the when John Carpenter looked at the cinematographer for Escape from New York and said, okay, here's what I want to do. We're going to take an all-black glider and fly in at night to New York City, which has no power, and I want to shoot that.
One time we were doing this car commercial,
Right?
and they were really focusing on this new color that they had.
Uh-huh.
It was like midnight blue.
Oh.
So it was black!
It was black, right?
It was black and the dark and the night and black, but it was blue. And you could only see this really pretty shade of blue if it was lit.
If the light glint off it, yeah.
Yep.
Yep,
I feel
yep.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Been there.
Been there.
Been there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so.
So.
Let's do camera 2.
So, camera 2, is that my glasses are off.
Camera 2.
You're not in focus, are you? No, you're okay.
Okay, so preview right here.
Right.
This is it, and I am doing it with the strings along this way.
So, you're saying strings and stuff. Do you want to hold up a single piece that you've been pulling out? So you've got your completed piece here.
Right.
But what you're putting together are an individual piece that's out of focus. So I shouldn't jump in. It just seemed like we don't have to go all that far back. Yeah, there you are.
There we go. So you're not seeing it against my lovely black dress.
Right.
But, so, this is...
Let's turn that around.
Oh, your address?
That's all right.
Anyways, okay, I think...
Yeah. Okay, so I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
So anyways, this is the chainmail, and I'm working my way this way, down this way, and up this way. It doesn't really matter. I'm kind of working on both ends.
Okay, as long as you keep the pattern going.
As long as I know that this side is my bumpy side, and
Right.
this side is my smooth side.
Right, and so you talked about that in terms of knitting, where you got the pearl and the...
This is the knit side.
The knit, okay.
So the smooth side's the knit side, and the bumpy side's the pearl side.
Okay.
And I just kind of keep the the bumpy side on the top, and see how there's these loops that are at the very top. Let's do camera 2 for this one.
We are on 2.
We're on 2? Okay.
Yeah. Here's 3.
3? Okay, you're right. That's the one. There you go.
Okay.
But see how there's the loops right there?
Right, I see the circles at the very top poking through the circle underneath it.
Yeah. And
So
the loops are all going up on top of each other all the way up the ribs.
Okay.
Okay? And so when I'm taking a new piece of chainmail, what I'm doing is I'm just slipping a loop in through there. So if we start at the very beginning...
Yeah, you might want to move slightly and face the camera, because you relax, turn, and then it's nothing but knuckle.
Okay, sorry.
That's all right. I'm just watching the screen.
Here's the camera.
No, you also
the
got like this tiny field of focus.
Right?
So you're perfect right now.
Okay, so we're on the ends of the thing. And see
Okay.
how we have the loops?
Right. So what you have is a circle that's attached with just an arch.
Yeah, so we have loops.
So it's kind of like those weird eyeballs you put on your finger for making
and
a
we
puppet.
have loops.
Okay.
And so how I know that the loops are on the right side is this loop on the bottom that's not part of our circle loops. Oh, I just noticed that. It is going to be right there once it's pulled through, so I just
So you're going to fold one of the circles in half.
stab it through.
And stab it through. Okay, and
then-
you're going in from the front side, because as you do it, all I see are your fingers. So
I know, I am so
that's
sorry.
okay. It's such a
I
tight
figured
shot.
if I get these two in, then I could show you what I just did. So I stuck this loop in through this one.
Okay. So
So and I stuck this loop in through this one, and as long as this loop's on this side, I'm on the correct side, because if that loop's on this side, it would be the wrong side. Does that make any weird sense?
Right, because you don't want, you're talking about the knit and the purl as compared to the fabric knitting. You don't want to alternate. You want to keep all the purl on the outside because that's the chainmail look.
Yeah, so you just keep your piece to the front, and you're always pushing from front to back.
Okay.
In through the loop from front to back. I'm trying to do this on the tiny scales in front of you guys in there to this tiny camera frame. And I'm just complaining. There we go.
It is a tiny camera frame. And then it's not a mirror, so you instinctively want to move like it's a mirror, but that just moves you off camera more.
I know. Try and keep this on camera while you guys see what I'm doing.
Right. Because trust me, if you guys haven't done this, it's really weird. You're so used to... We grow up looking at ourselves in a mirror, so we are trained to move in the wrong direction in order to keep things within the mirror as we see it. So. When we do that muscle memory for the camera, no, with the camera, left is still left. It's just, you have to do opposite of what you'd want to do in a mirror in order for it to work. You're off camera again. You're out of frame. Yeah, it's all right.
Jeez, like when I'm looking at what I'm doing versus what I'm looking on screen.
Then apparently I've got the camera set at the wrong spot. How about I go back to you, and I'll readjust the range where you comfortably want to work.
Apparently I didn't know I didn't want to comfortably work there.
It's all right.
But.
So where do you want your hands to be?
Right here, honestly.
Okay, that's fine.
Is that easier to see? I can see it now working. Okay. Hi, people.
No, that's great. I was trying to guess before this happened where I needed the camera to be.
Yeah.
So come back over. We can go to camera 3.
Camera 3. And we have our loops coming together from our loops. Again, focus on what I'm doing. This is really hard to do and not a mirror. Okay.
It is really, really hard. For those of you who don't know, it is really, really hard to build for the camera because you have to show your work to the camera, not to what's easy for you to see. So I'm often making cuts and painting in an awkward way for me as the maker, because the whole thing is being done for the camera.
Right. I feel like really a crochet hook would make this go super fast.
It probably would help.
Just pull it through. If it was a hook, just pull it through.
Yeah.
All the way down.
So you're literally just putting the circles through the circles, and then those arches that connect the circles is what holds it together and turns it into chainmail.
Yes. And those are what we keep on the front, so it looks like the loopy-doo.
Okay.
Loop-de-loops.
The hoop-de-loops. And from experience, this pattern is really hard to start. It's like you pick up two of these pieces of just the connected circles and put them together, and the first two is like, oh yeah, I got this, great. And then you set it down and you pick up your third one to start working on your third one, and you've totally lost your place.
Exactly. But if you know you have a loop side and you have a smooth side, you keep towards the front. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I hope that answered your question. Yeah. I hope that helped. I hope that
hopefully
little shaky leg me knitting was thing. But you stick the loops through the loops.
Right.
In a line.
In a line.
Keeping the loops towards one side and not the other.
And for anybody who may be thinking, and I'm sorry that I'm sharing a little bit here, maybe I don't think it's too TMI. She's shaking, but it's not nervousness. She's actually talked about this to me a couple times. She's always got the slightest little bit of extra movement with her hands. So
yes, I shake. The doctors looked at it. They say, "Oh yeah, you shake." I'm a Chihuahua.
Yeah. So it's not a camera issue. It's just she's not a marksman necessarily. Not anyway. Whatever I'm saying.
Well, yeah.
You're not a brain surgeon. You're not.
Well, thank you, and Nico Fleeking. That was fine, Felicia. Thank you. Explained it just fine. Okay.
Oh, good.
I'm glad because it's like one of those things that you just kind of have to do. We got that first, and we just played with it, trying to figure out which way does it go if you do the loops together. Do we? What kind of patterns does it make?
It wasn't you or it was Joe. The person like, oh, I get it, and they would literally.
That was me.
That was you. Tear them open.
Yeah, because it technically does work, and I couldn't see why it needed to be closed, and then I realized, oh, I don't see why it needs to be open. Does that make any sense?
Well,
yeah.
For me, I figured you're going to be losing some structural. By tearing it open, it was going to have more elasticity in it.
Yeah, you'd have way more elasticity in it, but you don't need it.
No. It's chainmail. It's supposed to have it.
I was picturing loops. I wasn't picturing circles. So in my head, it was the same thing, but yeah.
Because you had drawn it out. The very first, she initially saw the video with this and saw the stuff with this and brought it to my attention. And you were drawing it up, I remember, on a Post-it note. And it was this back and forth loop. Yeah.
But I didn't do full circles.
Right.
So
to the point I think I was confused when I first saw these. The full circles, like, well, that's not what she showed me.
It's just what I was picturing.
Right.
Off of somebody else's videos. But yeah. Okay, so what are people saying?
Okay. Well, Darren Cavan had message retracted, followed immediately by, sorry, cat just plopped down on my keyboard. So that's why the message got retracted, because it was a cat-tastrophe.
Freakazoid, that's how that movie starts.
Yes, it is.
The wrong buttons, kitty cat.
And the thing, DJ Stumpy making a quote here, Holly. And the thing about space, the color of space, your basic space color, is black. So how are you supposed to see them? This is the, it's a Red Dwarf quote, I'm pretty sure, but it's someone else is saying that too. That's really funny. Steven Rodriguez is sharing some emojis of tiny hands and chains.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing.
Yep, that's exactly what we're doing. Stumpy McGee, what cons are you hoping to happen this year? Stumpy, I'm hoping cons happen this year.
Yeah. As soon as I get the vaccine, I'm chopping my hair off. I'm going to do everything. I'm going to say hi to people.
You say hi to people.
I'm going to like people again.
So your hair is your armor against people?
No, I'm just saying we haven't been able to go out and stuff like that.
Right.
I'm just saying it's all done. I'm just going to go get my hair chopped, go see people again.
Right, okay.
You know.
Right.
But
Well, I still have my Dragon Con ticket from 2020, and Dragon Con was super nice to roll over anybody's ticket who didn't want a refund. They even offered us refunds, which is just fantastic. Thank you, guys. But you would automatically roll over your 2020 ticket to the 2021 event. And so it is my intent to go to Dragon Con this year, so long as it actually happens. That's the only one I can say definitively that is the one I'm going to try and make. And that's in Atlanta, Georgia on Labor Day weekend.
oh, nice.
Aside from that, I would love to hit some of the cons that I can drive to, because I can load my stuff up in the car and I can take it there.
Well, naturally with the Mega Godzilla, people kind of can't get 6 feet to you.
Right.
Like, you have that natural barrier with the tail.
Leave me alone!
It's right over there, so I'm sorry.
It's just right over here. I brought out Work in Progress before. I don't want to fight with it right now. Sorry to disappoint you.
He is a monster. It's a beast.
It's a beast.
It's a beast.
It's a big mechanical beast. I would love to get to go to some of the cons at San Jose again,
I have yet to ever be to a con.
Oh, okay.
And we have cons here. I still have
All the time, yeah. It's all right. So I hope to make some, but the only one that I've really got my hopes up for is Labor Day, and that's Atlanta, Georgia with Dragon Con. In fact, the hotel rooms, knock on wood. The hotel rooms, knocking on wood. The hotel rooms should be opening up here soon for Dragon Con if they haven't already, and so I should try and get one so I'm not stuck in some, And then I got to contact good friends like, Cullen Cosplay. Hey, can I ship some stuff to your house? Because I'm pretty sure you live in Atlanta.
That's a convenient way to do it.
Yeah.
It's nice to have friends, right?
It's nice to have friends because I can't take my stuff on a plane because size. It's not even because of what it is. It's just size.
I'm laughing if you wear it onto the plane.
Yeah, that'd be great. Mecha Godzilla in a nanometer scan machine. Can I get a copy of the scan?
Are you sure there's no metal?
There's metal in there. See magnets in there. That
saying.
would really set things off. Jeff 3D Models says, it's okay. You just have a neurological tick to your nerves there. I have them myself, Felicia. So you're getting, yeah.
We shake.
We shake.
Make some salad dressing.
Anjiko Fire King, same person, says, Mecha Godzilla used Iron Tail. It's super effective. Thank you for the Pokemon quote. Toby Archer is asking, hi, is there any movies that you're wanting to see at the cinema? Also, all Warner Brothers movies out in 2021 are going to be able to be released on HBO Max simultaneously with being in the theater. So Wonder Woman 1984 is currently available to view on HBO Max, as well as any theaters that might be open near you, which there aren't any around us.
Actually, believe it or not, I had a friend who had the theater all to themselves because everybody thought it was closed.
Oh, okay.
And so they are definitely limiting capacity.
Okay.
But the theaters are trying to make money so you could rent it out for a private viewing for really cheap right now.
Yes.
So I don't know what the whole climate is out there. It's constantly changing. Constantly changing.
The movie I really want to see in the theater, that there's a couple of them actually. It's stopping to really think about it. And one of them, I think both of them, the directors are really pissed about the whole getting dumped on streaming. I really want to see Tenet. I haven't seen Tenet yet because I really want to see Tenet in the theater, right? That seems like manipulating of time, manipulating of physics, seems like something to go and see on a big screen where you can really pick out the details, easily. So I really want to see it that way.
That's okay.
Plus, there's the sound.
I saw the new Wizard of Oz movie, the Return to Oz or whatever,
Okay.
just with my friend at a regular theater.
Right.
And I was like, about the movie. But then I saw it IMAX, 3D, immersive experience, and it was a whole different movie. It felt magical. It felt like I was in that world. It felt going from black and white to color. It felt from flat to magic. It had that magic, and I feel like sometimes movies just have more of that magic in more of an immersive environment of theater.
The theater, because you're not in your living room. You don't have this.
You got out of the house.
You got out of the house. You don't have this thought that I can pause this at any time. You are in somewhere. You paid for an experience. The big one is the sound system. I can get a big screen at home. I've got a big screen here at the studio that I can see it on. It's not cinema size, but realistically, if you're sitting in the back 2/3 of the theater, the screen isn't any bigger than a good-sized TV on your wall in your living room.
Yeah.
But it's the sound. And that's something that I don't have at home because I don't have any kind of thumping bass at home. It's not something that's appreciated at home, so I don't have it.
Or they got smart and made everything 3D.
Yeah, they got smart and made everything 3D.
Because I don't have a 3D anything at home either.
Right. My friend Joe Gillis, Beyond Geeks, got a active 3D television. I have yet to go over and see a 3D movie with him. But you have the passive where you're just wearing the glasses and they're polarized.
Yeah.
That's passive. Active, you wearing battery-powered glasses and the lenses turn off and on in time with the frame of the screen. So the entire screen for that one field, not even frame. At this point, they're all frames, 60 frames a second, whatever it is, 40 frames a second. It's faster than just the 30. Is only for your left eye, so your right eye is blocked. And then 1/60th of a second later, your left eye is blocked, and only your right eye sees the entire screen, and it's only the right eye image. And so that's actually the way the IMAX 3D works as well. Okay. So in the span of a second, each eye is seeing 30 frames a second, which is American video standards, right? And that's higher than what we're trained to know.
Yeah.
And theatrical film is usually done at 24 frames when it was actually filmed. Yeah. So it all totally works. It takes a brief moment to get used to, but it works so much better than the passive with where both eyes are seeing both frames at the same time, but one is polarized. So when it lines up with the correct lens, you don't see it. And that's the way PlayStation 3's 3D worked and such. It's totally a working method, but the active one is so much better.
I love living in the future.
Yeah.
We got hoverboards, not exactly the way expected.
No.
Computers in our hands.
We got VR, yes.
Right.
the 1980s where you're grasping things and moving things around in VR. Yeah, that's Beat Saber. Yeah, it's very cool.
We're in 2021 now.
We're in 2021 now. Hey, I'm seeing it's 1:30.
It's 1:30?
It's 1:30. I got viewer mail I haven't opened yet.
Wow, you did get mail.
I did get mail. So I threw out my P.O. box a little while ago. In fact, I think, and I hope he's still here, Artman 2019, right there. How much weight, he's asking how much weight would I say the full Gundam suit weighs? 15 pounds.
Honestly, it's hard to judge because when you're actually wearing...
She's actually worn it.
Yeah, no, but in general, when you're wearing a costume versus holding a costume, the weight distribution is completely different.
Totally.
Because there's definitely weight in the feet.
Right.
But that's not weighing on you. So there's the weight, the
Right, because the shoes are way heavier because I built them solid and clunky.
Yeah, I feel like the most weight was in the feet.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel like I was heavy. I was lifting up heaviness on my feet.
Yeah, then you're just standing on it.
The arms and the legs, they just felt like... These felt heavier, you know? Like,
right.
They're not that dense and they're very light. The shoulders probably are the most weight, but it's supported on your shoulder like a backpack.
Right.
So...
That's why Mechagodzilla is working.
So it did not feel heavy. The heaviest part were the feet, and the feet weren't on.
Right. You weren't carrying the weight.
You technically kind of are,
when you pick
but
up,
you're dragging. But that's where the weight of the costume, I feel like, is.
Okay.
Just
excellent. Actually have first-person experience and answers for it. So, I got viewer mail.
Yay, mail!
This is pretty cool. Yeah. So thank you. I keep going to say Artful Dodger, which is somebody from Play TV. Artman 2019. So I keep saying Artman 2019. Sent a box. I haven't opened it yet. I have no idea what's in here. Hopefully, me jostling it like I'm doing it isn't going to hurt it. But it went through the Postal Service, so I assume it's okay. If anyone's interested, let's see. Is this going to... Nope, I'm not on any camera anywhere. So we'll go here. 4.
Oh, 4? I was going to go 3.
Yeah, but...
3's too close.
Yeah, you can't
4. There you go.
Yeah, you can't quite see it, but...
Camera 2 got it, but it's not in focus. Dagnabbit!
Oh, okay. Well, give me a second.
Okay.
Well, just focus us live and make it all shake because...
hey, it's not me, though, so...
No, it's not you. So, sorry, the focus assist makes it zoom in, and it'll behave in just a second. There you go.
There we go.
So there you are. If anybody wants to send me viewer mail of whatever, or you can also send stuff to Felicia, this is my P.O. Box address, and you are welcome to ship stuff there. Please bear in mind that proper postage is necessary. I do not have the P.O. Box set up to accept packages that are under postage. That happened a lot at Smosh, and they would actually pay hundreds of dollars a month to supplement the underpaid postage that came from the crazy amount of packages.
It was just a crazy amount of mail.
Yeah,
like that whole situation.
The whole back wall of the Smosh House garage was full of those postal bins, full of fan mail they hadn't gotten around to opening yet. It got to be the point to where it was okay for the crew to open up fan mail and then share fun stuff with each other and with the guys because they just didn't have the time to open it anymore.
I genuinely enjoyed that.
That was fun. I'll borrow that.
Stabby thing.
Stabby thing. Something to help with packing tape.
What is that stab? Is it a clay sculptor?
Yeah, this is like a wax sculpting tool. So clay sculpting, so it's got a kind of a flattened point on one end and a flattened spoon on the other.
It's a good stabber.
It's a good stabber for doing wax stuff. And
patterns!
So inside is patterns. Sweet.
For a Mandalorian helmet.
Yeah, for a Mandalorian.
At least that's what I'm guessing.
Wow, this is an elaborate way to pack this. Is there something in here? No, okay. Sweet.
I don't think manila envelopes come in that right size, though.
I enjoy... Okay, is there something I'm missing here? Odin Makes. Thanks for accepting my Mandalorian helmet pattern. This was a fun project. Difficult, but fun anyway. If you end up using this pattern, here are some optional instructions, and thanks again. All right, well, I can go through all this, but this helmet is scheduled to fit a 24-inch head. I may have to resize it. Sweet!
Nice, all the hard parts done.
Right. Okay, and this is
the decals. This is
right. Oh, that's a very, very familiar looking shape.
I wonder what piece this could be. I was gonna go.
Oh,
with this.
sorry, I'll put it back.
But you can't see it; it's all blown out.
It's all blown out, right? It's white on, white camera. Oh, and I got more mail. We'll open that up too.
It's what you ordered off the Prime.
It's what I ordered off the Prime.
Are these the rivets?
Okay, here's this piece. So this specifically is the Mandalorian. This isn't Boba Fett. This is the Mandalorian. Okay, this is cool.
Yeah.
Almost forgot. There's a little extra overhang on the number 3 dome piece. The corner of that piece connects to the top corner of the back panel. Oh, okay.
Right there.
So this guy. So this part.
They can't see.
They can't see. It's all just blown out. I'm sorry.
I
run into that all the time. That's why I use cardboard and craft paper for making my patterns on camera, because you can see it.
Yeah. Like, personally, I love using, mechanical pencils to do patterns because you can get really fine details.
Right.
And really get into it, but it doesn't show up on camera.
This is cool.
Right? Well,
All
I
right.
like this kind of mail.
I like this kind of mail. This
So
is cool. He's
cute.
got a pattern for the visor too, the T visor.
Okay.
Okay. Well, Artman 2019. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so I had made a promise, not on camera, not to anybody else, that I wasn't going to make any helmets in January because I've made quite a few helmets here recently. So how about first thing in February? I'll go ahead and make this because this will be cool. I love the fact that it came with bubble wrap for the paper. But I guess I was just amazed that it was a box. Okay, so it didn't weigh anything, obviously. But it was, what could be in this big box? And it was just paper. But I suppose
Well, manila envelopes don't come in that size, and
Right.
you don't really want to crease the pattern, so.
Very cool. Let me go set this over in a place that kept eating all the... no, I'll put it back in its box so it doesn't get eaten up by the table that eats chainmail.
Oh, apparently, yeah.
Of course, that is white. Josh should be able to see it. And then John brought a package from Amazon. So what random thing
What'd
did
you
I
order from Amazon?
order from Amazon? This is heavy metal plate. This is something I ordered this, right? Yeah.
Has your name on it.
Oh, okay. Goes right back to Ben Edie. Wow. I guess I did order those. Okay. Well, they got oil on them. What this is a scraper set. This is these are actually bigger than I thought they were going to be. This is for cabinet making, and which I don't make cabinets. But Ben Edie was telling me about using a scraper for eliminating the layer lines in your 3D printing. So,
Yeah, I can see that. Just
yeah.
really scratching it down
Just
with a
really
good,
scratch-
solid, scratchy surface.
Right,
Yeah.
and I've
Not
done-
scratchy, but a
Yeah.
yeah.
And I've done that with the side of razor knives and hobby knives before, where instead of cutting it, I've scraped that to get the flashing off of models, like the
Yeah.
where the molds go together.
Yeah.
Well, that's basically what 3D printing is. It's just
Layers
mold
and
line,
layers and
mold
layers
line.
of it. Yeah.
And it comes with a little French curve type piece. And
So you can get a curvy.
so you can curvy.
scratch.
This has got oil all over it, but you would.
You have your napkins.
I guess I do.
Because you're spilling already.
Is it dripping?
Well, there is. Oh, wait. Nope. Those are just glue spots. Okay.
Yeah, it's just this old stuff. I didn't think anything new was coming off of this. Also, all right. I'm sure you've ran into the same problem. Don't you hate it when you order your MG42 from World War II Germany heavy machine gun and you have to clean all the cosmoline off of it? Isn't that annoying? But at least brake cleaner takes it right off.
Does it, though?
Yeah, actually it did.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only had to do that once, and I'm really grateful I got to do it once. But
Brake cleaner comes in handy a lot
Yeah.
more than you'd expect.
And I didn't expect it to clean off cosmoline. Cosmoline is a really weird chemical, 40s, for long-term storage to keep stuff from rusting. It's a very pasty, greasy. It's cosmoline, whatever magical thing it is. And so, of course, the machine guns are packed in that. Working on a World War II documentary, I had to order one that was demilled. It no longer had the mechanics to actually fire, but we needed one to look like it, and that was really kind of cool to clean up. Now, did I get that wrong? No, it was a 34. It wasn't even a 42. It was a 34. So the MT34, there's a slight difference. So the 34, 42, yeah.
And you had to know the difference.
Oh, for sure, because I'm doing a World War II documentary with the Fallschirmjägers. Pronounced that horribly wrong.
Yeah, no, people
parachuting
will notice
into
if you-
yeah, they'll
you-
tell me.
yeah, they'll tell you right
I can
away.
barely speak English.
Yeah.
Parachuting into the island of Crete, and it was the only paratrooper invasion that's ever happened, I think, in actual combat. And
I will take your word for that because
Yeah.
I don't know every.
right, I think it's the only one that was the only operation that was strictly done that way, because that as a tactic happens all the time, but as the only one. Anyway, the MT-34 was the first heavy machine gun that was meant to be vehicle mounted. It was from the front of planes. It was vehicle mounted to a Jeep, but it was just small enough, big enough that a human could carry it. And so that literally is the air-cooled barrel that Chewbacca is shooting the cameras, the detention center with. It's almost unmodified what Chewbacca's got a hold of. It's that really long barrel with all the air holes drilled into the barrel of it, and it's got like a funnel flash suppressor sticking out the end. It's just an MG-34.
I would have never known.
Right. And the 42 happened much later in the war because the 34 was all machined. It required lathing, it required tooling, it required operators to make...
It needed a manufacturing
Yeah.
service process that was a little more complicated than...
Right, yeah. It was the old school manufacturing process where it was all very hands-on and these skilled labor people were doing it. Well, the 42 came along and it was industrialized to where it was stamped. The outer shell was done with a stamping process and folded, and to the point to where there was like 3 or 4 parts that had to be machined by an operator instead of the entire machine gun, and they're able to make a lot more of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that up in manufacturing.
Yeah, it's neat. Yeah, helping in manufacturing.
Yeah.
Neat stuff. The act of manufacturing and stuff is just really fascinating. So getting back to, these are packed in oil because they're steel tools and you don't want them to rust while they're in storage, so they got a little bit of oil in them.
And especially if they get shipped from China, they're going overseas, and salty sea air will definitely eat the crap out of
there
that.
you go.
Just erosion in general.
Hey, look, it says China on it.
Oh, yep. I'm just thinking.
So the idea with these, and I think he's got a little video or an Instagram post talking about it. You've got your 3D printed object, and then this provides a really hard edge, and some are straight, and these are convex, and some have concave, and there's different shapes. So you can just work at it to scrape down all the high points. So it's a lot like filing. You're using a planing file to remove all the burrs and the points that are proud off of the surface you want. So this will come along and let you take that down, and it's a lot faster than just sanding.
I believe it, because you're just scraping the part.
You're just scraping it down. But you're not, it's hard to gouge with these. To my understanding, I haven't used it yet, I just opened them up. So I think it might be kind of hard to go too far. I mean, I'm sure you can. Because as a cabinet maker...
You won't know until you do.
Yeah, you're what you're doing with the wood is making sure you're removing, fractions of a millimeter so the drawers will actually work better. Right? That's kind of part of the idea, to my understanding, for these. I don't have the skill to be a cabinet maker, so I'm totally speaking out of...
I can make fake ones for a set.
Yeah, I can make fake ones for a set.
Before. They need to work for 5.
Right.
They need to look pretty.
I could build ones that came out of a box from IKEA.
There you go.
Well, that doesn't make me a cabinet maker. That makes me a guy that can assemble a product. So anyway, that's what those are. New tools. We got a blue box from Gabriel Enrique. Sent $2. Thank you. Please do Daredevil's helmet and say hi to Brazil. Hello, Brazil.
Hi, Brazil.
Daredevil's helmet. All right. Going back to Joe Gillis, we joked about that because remember the helmet that you got to use for the superhero you hated?
No, I remember exactly which helmet you're talking about. Yeah.
Because it was one that I had made for Beyond Geek. It was a non-copyrighted superhero, right? And we just put some plastic dip on it or something and changed the color. So I made a fiberglass helmet that the very next season of Daredevil on Netflix
looks like
the one I made. All the changes, all the things that I had put into that helmet and why were suddenly in the Daredevil helmet.
I don't know. Maybe somebody was getting inspired from watching videos of how to make helmets and was like, this one hasn't been done before, and I like
it. That's a fun thing. The reality probably is someone on set said, so if Daredevil's superpower is he can hear really well, why are we covering his ears? And so the next helmet, his ears are open. And that was a big part with mine is, I'm going to be on the street. I've worn goofy helmets. I'm going to want to have the ears exposed so I can hear.
Yeah, no, it really does make a big difference on the type of hearing.
And then also made a big... because that's the one helmet that I've sculpted and then made a cast of and made out of fiberglass. I made sure when I was sculpting it, I would turn Sage's head cast, and on a pure profile, if I could still see his eye past the helmet sculpt, then I knew he had fine peripheral vision.
Okay, that's a good way to...
Yeah. And according to Sage, it doesn't fit me, so I've never been able to put it on.
Yeah.
But according to Sage, he put it on and he couldn't see the helmet. He had perfect vision out of it, even though he had all these accentuated Dark Knight-inspired facial features on the helmet. So that made me feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lined 3 up in the same spot. Normally I stagger them so that they don't get lined up.
Oh, right. Right, because when you run out, you're going to run out in the same spot.
And I ran out in the same spot twice and trying not to.
Well, just cut a couple rings off of it and...
Go back. No, I know.
Yeah.
But it's just like one of those things where it's like, oh well.
This is not what I wanted.
Oh well.
Oh, well.
Oh well.
So at some point in time, I will do some more 3D printing. I haven't yet. I haven't done any in a while.
Do you still have that Witcher guy hanging out in your 3D printer?
I do. He needs to be cleaned up and taken out. He sits in the dark all the time, so he should be fine. And I've got the filament printers. We started working on a clean room and a warmer room to be able to a climate controlled room to be able to do printing in. Like a lot of projects, it's kind of stalled a little. It'll still happen.
In progress.
It's in progress.
At least it started.
Yeah. And it is finished to a point. It just isn't finished. So 3D printing will happen again, and I am on schedule to be making some Batman grappling hooks with as designed by Nicole King. And so that's going to be happening whenever we do get the 3D printers going. So that'll be fun. I am still interested in 3D printing. I do like it. I like making things by hand. So to me, to 3D print something, I would want a reason to 3D print it because I would want to make it otherwise. Like making something that's larger, I would want to make details that are 3D printed, not the whole thing.
Yeah.
But it's just mindset and totally the way I look at and think about making stuff.
I keep thinking, I'm going to do this out of a 3D printer, and then I don't. So
right.
I'm nowhere to talk. I have nowhere to talk.
Nowhere to talk.
Nowhere to talk. Yeah. So what are people saying?
What is Dan Does Junk is asking where I got my scalloped jigsaw blade. I actually Googled scalloped jigsaw blade and the size that I wanted. That was kind of key because there's many different people that do carry it, but getting the size that you want isn't always, because it's an industrial style blade. It's easy to find a 110-inch blade, but when you need a 92.5-inch blade, I don't remember which company I ordered it from directly. I know Grizzly has them, and I think you might even be able to get it from, because Dan's local, guys, so everyone else. So I think we can get it at the Grizzly store that's out in Rockland. I think they actually have them in there, but they didn't have the size that I wanted. So it's kind of weird that way. But I just Googled scalloped blade and 92 inches or whatever size my Delta is, and ordered it, and it showed up in half the time they said it would, which was really pretty cool.
Yay!
Yay!
I know. I'd rather tell somebody it's going to be show up a whole lot later.
Right. I actually have. So I had a different bandsaw when I was in Zot's space when I was renting from him, and I bought a scallop blade at that time, and it was a smaller blade. I can't remember the size of it. It was as far as his Ken. It's in the videos. I don't remember now what brand name that black bandsaw was, but I bought blades for that. I still have the blade. I don't have the bandsaw, but I've got a blade that won't fit my bandsaws. So
yay for that.
Let's do some research here, and if it happens to be that the saw that was in my video, Dan, matches the saw that you've got, which was still a floor standing, mid-sized bandsaw, then maybe I just need to give you my blade because it's not going to fit on anything I've got. Stumpy McGee, what movie do you think should get a remake or has a good remake? Oh, and Agnico says that they had used UV resin to replace the shattered ruby from the high school class ring. Very cool.
So does
3D
it
printing,
glow?
probably. It could.
Well, when I think UV, I think UV
I think glow.
reactive. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it is UV reactive. It just hardens with UV as opposed to glowing.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking visually, but...
Alrighty, so what movie do I think should get a remake or has a good remake? Well, getting back to movies I'm excited to see in the theater, the other one is Dune. I really want to see the new Denis Villeneuve, I'm going to mispronounce his name, the new Dune movie. I really want to see that because I've been a big Dune fan all along, even though, the movie wasn't perfect.
Sometimes you gotta appreciate those really bad ones.
Right.
Like,
It has some
Super
fantastic
Mario
art
Brothers.
direction. Another movie that was actually really good with fantastic art direction.
I loved that movie,
Yeah.
but no, it was terrible.
Oh,
but
it was a terrible
loved
movie,
how
but I
terrible
loved-
it was. Let's remake that one.
I love the fact that the restrictions on it was they had to be true to the characters. As I recall, Nintendo said, yes, you can make this movie, and you have to be true to the characters. You can rework it however you need, but you need to be true to the characters. And I think they did that. And I'm totally okay with how they did it. And I love the fact that as a weird little in-world detail that is never brought up anywhere in the movie, you're in the realm of dinosaurs, where the Goombas are, where Yoshi is, right? These are dinosaur creatures that have continued to live on. All the vehicles are electric. Yeah. Inside the city, you've got an overhead grid like you would bumper cars. When you've got the big dump truck moving around outside, sparks are flying out the side because it's an electric dump truck. I guess because the dinosaurs didn't go extinct and create oil?
That makes a lot of sense.
Right.
That makes a lot of sense, you know? Little details.
Little details.
You can appreciate somebody's...
Yeah. A lot of fun. Mm-hmm. So what do I think? Okay, well, Super Mario Bros. Would be a good one. What was a good remake? Well, The Thing. Definitely the 1982 Thing is one of my absolute favorite remakes from anything. I even like the sequel. It suffered from having ham-fisted CG effects pushed on it by the production company because the actual filmmakers were going all practical effects like The Thing was. They were being true. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, it's 2 o'clock, I think.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is that our time?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's fine. The phone's talking. So I really enjoyed the Thing. That was one definitely enjoyed as a remake. Nothing else is springing to mind. I'll think of like 8 things when the cameras are off. Right. But there's a lot of them that.
You know, I actually have been wanting to remake and get into the Oz.
Oz? Yeah, you talked about it earlier too.
Yeah, because it's one of those little fandoms that I have found when I first learned how to read. You know,
sure.
First book series I got into, if that makes any weird sense. You know,
totally.
Like,
well, I was just reading, there's like 14 books to the series.
Yeah, no, I have them all, and I've read them several times. I can eat them up in an hour, you know.
Oh, okay.
They're children's books.
Right, okay.
They're easy little children's books. They were hard at the time.
Right.
But, you know, like, I got into them, and I read them all, and so I would like to do, like, one of the obscure Oz stories, not so much the Dorothy wizard tale.
Okay.
Like, I really like that Ozma of Oz exists, and that she was kidnapped by a witch and turned into a boy and raised as a boy for the first few years of her life, and she didn't even know she was a girl.
Okay.
Crazy weird stories that I'm like, you know what?
Okay.
And so, like,
and these are, that's awesome. That story's was written what?
Turn of the century.
Turn of the century.
It is retrofuturism at its best. I'm just saying, I really appreciate the fantasy, the futurism, the mechanicals. Like, it gets in all of those. It's very steampunk.
Oh, yeah.
You don't think about it, but it is, and so...
No, yeah, the first movie isn't, but the Return to Oz, especially with TikTok.
That's what they're trying to kind of get into, but I think, like, the whole... I think I saw on... I don't know, one of the
streaming... the first movie is, so with
yeah.
Tin Man, it's still steampunk.
Yeah,
He's a steam-powered robot, effectively. Automaton. He's got a heart, so he's an android,
versions
a cyborg.
Of it. They have different versions of it, because they have a machine, they have the Tin Man, they have... Like, TikTok's a machine.
TikTok's a machine, right.
But the Tin Man's not a machine.
Okay.
They are different, and they know they're different.
Okay.
And TikTok was never alive.
I never really thought about trying to classify the Tin Man as a cyborg before.
Well, he started out human, and he lost all his things, and he was solely replaced by tin.
Okay.
It's just... Anyways, I would get into probably doing some remakes of those, just from my own personal...
Okay, Project CD Red. I want a Tin Man DLC for Cyberpunk 2077 now. Right?
Yeah, retrofuturism.
Yeah.
Retrofuturism at its best, I'm just saying.
Nice. Cool.
Anyways.
All right.
We're at 2 o'clock.
We're at 2 o'clock. So the goal, schedule, thought, is that from noon to 2 on every Monday, Felicia and I are going to do a live stream, and we're going to mostly talk to you. Hey, welcome to Odin Talks. we actually got some stuff done. We've got a test fit of the clamshell for the Witcher armor. We've got, after 3 different people looked over the period of an hour, we've got, this is almost 50% whiter.
Yeah, we're getting there. I need about...
And that is considerably heavier.
Yeah.
Because this is the good stuff.
Right? It's night and day. Like, where's the... Oh, it's over here. Feel it. It's just, there's...
Yeah, because this is glued down to good stuff. Different good stuff.
Yeah, but...
Because the What the Foam has got a very different texture and feel to whatever this one's cut from. This has got way more of a rubbery feel to it.
Slightly harder to work with because it fights you a little bit more and it wants to curl. It just it is loving this curl. Like it.
Right.
So it definitely does need some heat and pressure to persuade it to lay flat. It needs to be blocked.
Yeah, okay.
Is the technical term.
Fair enough.
But I like it. But yes, we got this done. We got that up.
We got that up.
We didn't accomplish as much as we'd like. Whatever.
I had a lot of fun. I hope you had fun. I want to say thank you very much to those of you who participated with Super Chat. The generosity is super appreciated. And I hope that for the past couple of hours, you've enjoyed your time that you spent with us. I know that we've enjoyed our time that we spent with you. And like I've said before, if you really want to step back and look at what we're doing, it's Felicia and I standing in a room talking to a camera. All right, that's it. But we're effectively on a large group phone call because we know all of you can hear us because we can interact with all of you, which makes it really cool. Yeah, there's lots of comments.
Thank you guys for giving us...
And I know it's stupid to have to explain that, but as a video guy coming from TV where that doesn't exist, the live streaming is really cool.
There's no live studio audience.
There's no live studio audience, no. No, there wasn't.
No laugh tracks.
No laugh tracks, yeah. But yeah, definitely, please come back and visit us again next week. We're going to be back again next week at the same bat time, same bat channel. We're going to be doing, well, more of this.
Next week, I want to get the girdle actually put together. That is my goal for next week. I want to just get...
So what we're saying is, without losing it, we need to continue a few more...
Honestly, there's just finish up this last little bit that's right here and it'll be done.
It's not gonna... You need more than that.
No, I know. I'm just saying this last little bit that I have pulled out.
Oh, this. Gotcha. Okay. I didn't...
Sorry, I know. I need 2 little pieces. No, that's not enough.
But the rest of the sheet's probably enough. Okay.
This is more than enough. This, added 2 sheets to it today. Well, a sheet and a half.
Sheet and a half. Nice.
So...
Nice.
I think this takes about 4 sheets total to do...
To do this size of piece?
To do that size of a piece, it takes about 4 sheets, and it takes about 2 sheets to do about this size piece.
Okay.
And this one we didn't cut down. I mean, we didn't...
Right, this is the actual, that is the length of...
Yeah, we worked within what we already had. The size, this one we stretched out.
Right, this one this one goes longer than... what comes off of the piece. Like this is straight drop out of what you get from the package. And it's not long enough, so you have to add another third. Mm-hmm. Okay. Whereas the pauldron is totally within the length of the sheet.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so just because it's not the same size doesn't mean we can't still use it.
Right.
Although I was just going to do this as the whole thing, and technically I think it would have worked for this size.
Right.
But...
Yeah, because it seems like this is long, but that's because I keep looking at that and thinking about, and you've got this size.
And you have to remember we chopped off at the torso, so it's not like...
Right, it doesn't go all the way to, because his waist is up here.
Yeah, but it's still, you don't... Yeah, waists are still up here, but we chopped off at the hip bones, but you know, it just needs to... Anyways, human body, we had it on versus dress form.
Right.
So, yeah.
So... Make sure we get, what's that, your phone?
No, I was just saying, people say...
April Fool's idea, Odin Makes, but with a theme song and a laugh track.
There you go. Yep. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry, it's bothering me.
And I see Maker JP, who, thank you very much again. I'm grateful for the friends that I've made doing this program, and Maker JP is one of them, and he's saying, take it easy. Thank you.
Okay.
And Dan Does Junk is also saying you're welcome and thank you for what you do. By Ian Timmerman. Nicole King is saying, hey Odin, this was a great stream in her trademark all caps.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed this. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Garbage bag dress,
Right?
cabinet scrapers, surprise Mandalorian pattern.
Missing chainmail.
Missing chainmail.
The case
found.
of the missing chainmail, and we actually found it this time.
Yeah, well, we didn't. But
No, thank you, John.
Yeah, thank you, John. Somebody who didn't appear on camera, who's got years of actual camera production experience, and is very quiet and very concerned about not being on camera, whereas like, we're live streaming, whatever, get a sander.
Well, it's live. It's the essence of being live.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So he's got a super professional attitude, and that's really appreciated, John. Thank you.
So, I think probably after this is done, I might go snap a few pictures of that.
Yeah, totally.
And I'll throw them on my Instagram if you guys want to see. But
Right. Oh yeah, you got an Instagram. Hey, for everybody who hasn't been here, since last week, a whole Instagram handle thing. If they want to see your pictures on Instagram, where would they find you?
Ish87, Ish_87, EESH.
So EESH, Echo Sierra Hotel _87.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah. There you go. Somebody typed it up. Ish.
Ah, there we are.
_87.
Yes, but there's an underscore between the Ish and the 87 and
Yeah.
Agnico.
I may not get those right away. Give me a few minutes, but I'll throw the garbage up there.
Right. You'll definitely share your garbage.
I'll share my garbage. No, I actually am very proud about how that garbage dress turned
Totally.
out. So I hope you guys like me bringing in my random project I worked on for no reason.
I did.
Okay.
Totally. I appreciate it. I'm because you sent me pictures. I don't know if you put it on Instagram.
No, I haven't put it on
Okay.
Instagram yet.
You texted me pictures, and yeah, I was super excited that you actually brought it.
Yeah. It's garbage. I'm just
It's
going to throw it
garbage.
out when it's done. Just put it back in the trash.
If you want. If anybody out there is really serious about wanting, anyway, if anybody out there really wants Felicia's garbage, contact her through Instagram and maybe you work something out.
Got to pick it up because I'm too lazy to ship it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael, saying that I must be an EVA foam master. So thank you very much. Everything I make with foam was incredible. Thank you, Michael.
Yeah.
Trying to go through these really quick. Just 3D Models has got Ish87 spelled out correctly. Agnico says, Odin, I'm going to send you an audio clip on Insta so you can hear how my name is pronounced. Thank
There
you.
you go.
Appreciate it. That'll probably
It's not
help.
Butchered every time.
Every time. I should probably just call you Fire King so I can manage that one, right? It's probably from a show. Darren Calvin, thanks for a delightful first time for me stream. Darren, thank you for making it this week.
Thank you guys for showing up every week. I very much appreciate
Yes.
this.
Azon Dantes says, hello, Odin, big fan from the Philippines.
Hello,
Hi!
in the Philippines.
In the middle of the night, right? Isn't it a little late? But thank you for staying up and watching.
My best friend's from the Philippines. Born there.
Oh, I'm saying Fire King. That's what most people do. Okay, Fire King. Most people just call you Fire King. Nicole King. Hey, Odin! All caps. Yeah, you can direct message me after the live stream. We've been trying to talk about. I'm going to be doing a podcast with Nicole King. I have no idea when her podcast is coming out, but it sounds like we're going to be hammering out details about that. So, for those of you who just can't get enough of me from the live streams of the weekly videos and the other random podcasts that I appear on, I'm going to be appearing on Nicole King's podcast. So, by all means, Nicole, in the comments, put down the name of your podcast so people know where the heck to go and find it. Canned Tuna popped in at the very last minute saying, hey, Odin Makes and Felicia, how are you guys?
I'm doing well, thank you.
I'm getting hoarse because I've been talking away for about 2 hours. No, it's fine. I'm actually doing okay.
Having a great year so far?
I've had a great year so far. Zero complaints about this year so far.
I have very low expectations, so
I
there's
have
that.
super low expectations for this year.
Yeah.
Yes, if anybody can put out the dumpster fire of last year, this will be just great.
Oh my gosh, last year was dumpster fire.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, if you're still here and survived 2020,
Yeah.
I feel like that's just a feat in of itself. Not everybody
Pretty much.
can, unfortunately.
Does that make this the post-apocalypse?
We are apocalyptic up here? I think we're apocalyptic. We're not
Apocalyptic.
pre. I think we're not post yet.
Okay,
I think
whatever.
we're pretty apocalyptic.
Yeah.
You know? Like, we're all running around in face masks now.
Right. Which has been fashionable in some countries for a while.
For some. For how long?
I don't know.
No, I know. But I feel like all the post-apocalyptics, they always have the masks. And I
Right.
feel very, like, futuristic wearing... And I know, I look like a jerk face wearing lace masks, but they're fully lined, I promise. I just scraps I have available. I love it. I got ones that have the little crystals in them for Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Like the really bright, crazy ones.
Those like crazy crystals?
that you feel like you're nauseous as soon as you put them on and you're walking.
Not quite the same. There's another pair that I made. So I made these years ago just for the fun of it. And that was my secondary set from the tech helmet to have, because the goggles were made as part of the helmet. So if you took the helmet off, you need a set of goggles to put on, because those goggles were always separate. So now we're either post-apocalyptic or Burning Man attendees. But thank you all very much for tuning in and spending this time with us. Definitely, I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun talking with you, talking to Felicia, getting a little bit of stuff built. And we'll be continuing on with doing this exact same thing next week.
Yeah.
So in 7 days and a little 2 hours less than that, come on back and we'll be doing this all over again. So have a good week, take care of yourselves, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Good.
And there's the button.